The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking, you stupid anime bitch. Hello, True. Powers, and I am controlling all of you, and what I do, I wiggle like this, and what happens is your wallet opens up, and all of your money flies out of your wallet into the sky, and then once again I open my window with a big bag, big sack of Santa's loot sack, it just fills with money flying in there. Ha 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 ha! Ah, money kinesis. I have money kinesis, and I can steal it all. Like. Alive and well in Israel. Fuck you, Phil. You lose. Try again from the beginning. Stop it! Stop! Stop this! Oh my god. Excuse me. Hopefully that helped.
Let's go.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Like some oh, jinx.
That was pretty good.
Oh, that's great. It is Like Some Rice and Injured Cold. Oh, you can't see anything though. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now you can see something.
Yay! Yeah, they can. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
BT,
Hi,
I haven't talked to you in so long. How are you doing, friend? I hope you're great. I hope you had a great holiday. I hope you had a great New Year. And I hope you're ready to cringe with me and Injured here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him talking about the Mike Klum thing, but I'm hoping that it's not like, oh, people know about it, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, there are so many ways for this to go wrong. So if this somehow manages to come to fruition, this will be a miracle. Like, I don't know how we'll do it, but I'm super ready to see if we can, like, actually manage to get this off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know...
Anybody...
Yeah, I was going to say, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Mike Klum, the documentarian of Boogie, the one that did that incredible documentary of Boogie, is working with Phil to do a documentary. And Phil's going to talk about it today.
And apparently he's met Phil in person. In person!
That's a terrifying thought. Honestly, I couldn't imagine meeting Phil. Like, I mean, I'm used to talking shit about him because we see him so often, but oh my god, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine.
And Decepticon he asked me last night, he's like, do you think that they met in like a restaurant or like at the Snort Fort? And I'm like, I don't know. All of this is so unpredictable. You really can't. You can't.
It's so bizarre. Like, the thing that's really weirding me out, right? So I know Phil gets very, like, at least for the the year now, I can officially say I've been following Phil for a year, but I guess for the year that I've, like, done research on him, from what I can tell, he seems to be the most outgoing for stuff like this towards the beginning of the year. So I'm curious if we're just going to be at, like, a perfect storm where maybe because of his time frame, like, now's the time.
Right. Because, I mean, it's sort of like that new year, new me thing that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously he's trying to do that, so maybe he's more positive at the beginning of the year. So, you could be right.
I could certainly see it. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Man, I didn't realize he's got his stream set for 1:15 today. Jesus, Phil.
That's okay. So there are a couple. I meant to send you these a little bit earlier. There are a few Snort Hogan clips from yesterday if you wanted to watch those.
That sounds wonderful. I mean,
cool.
Given it's Phil.
Yeah. There's a bunch of these.
I didn't realize. Is that the same shirt he wore from that time?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Look how old it is.
Whoa.
Like, there's nothing wrong with old clothes, but, like,
no.
don't wear it and present it as new if it's not. Like, why? I don't know.
Okay, well, that makes me wonder, how many clothes does this guy have? Because, like, I feel like I see him in something different almost all the time except for the button-ups.
Yeah, and the gaming shirts, but, like, he's got a lot of weird clothes.
Brother.
Like, where did this fucking... I don't know. Why? Who told you this sweater was a good idea? It looks like something I wore in high school.
I know. Well, and, like, I mean, stripes are kind of a specific thing you gotta be able to pull off, and I don't think Phil's the person that can pull stripes off. Like, I know for me, like, I can't pull stripes off. Like, I could do pinstripes, but I can't do, like, just general stripes. And I don't know, I think these stripes are a little too big for Phil.
They're pretty chunky.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Chris Chan's cousin. Like,
yeah, he does. That's what did you see the thumbnail? There was Sonic. He put a Sonic Chew necklace on him. Yeah,
it's so good.
BT said, meeting Phil in real life sounds like finding a cryptid in the wild. I don't know if you know this. I have the Mothman tattooed on my chest. I love cryptids. I love this shit. So it's
very cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would love to meet the Mothman, but I'd be scared. So it's like the same situation.
Yeah, it's kind of like for me. Like I used to listen to the Lore podcast where they would talk about like the Jersey Devil and like all the different like
those are
cryptid
great
stuff.
Yeah.
It's so good. And then like the Jersey Devil shows up in one of my favorite Telltale games, Wolf Among Us. Like, oh, so crazy.
Yeah. You've had encounters with skinwalkers? How are you still sane? That would terrify me. Oh my god.
Me, man. Like, you are braver than most.
Do you mean it? Wait. I saw that one of you has been playing. It was Meme Man. You've encountered skinwalkers in Lethal Company. That's what you're talking about. I bet.
Ooh.
If you're not, correct me.
I need to play that. I've heard really good things.
It's so much fun. Oh my god. It's so good. I've been playing that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's like the one that's like really blowing up right now, and I feel like I'm missing it. I gotta get on there.
Last night.
Oh my god.
I went to work on DSP Throwback, which is my newly rebranded channel. It used to be called...
By the way, it's really funny to me that... Yeah, I hate that. I hate that he says he worked on it, because there's a bunch of other people working on it.
What is going on? Did the frame rate on my webcam just dip? It looks like I'm at...
It did not.
Less than 30 frames. I am.
Go ahead, Sway.
What is going on?
Dang.
First, I didn't like the camera angle. Now it looks like the frame
Building
rate
a
has
collection of
chopped up. It
weapons to
looks
go
choppy. You guys
skinwalker hunting. Holy crap.
Jeez.
What is going on the podcast today?
Good for you.
BT,
That's crazy.
BT strapping up.
Resolution,
You're gonna have your own
Mhm.
Warhammer army.
No, it's not Comcast.
I love
It's on my
that.
computer.
I love that for you, BT.
Yeah.
You guys think it looks fine? Maybe it's just on my end then. Because sometimes the preview that I see is not representative of what you guys see. Hold on a second here. Here's 720.
Okay. Well, it's not, because whenever I
Oh.
stream, mine
What
looks
happened to the... Now what happened?
choppier, and there, see it? Fine.
Why am I in the
Quit.
dark? Why did 720p make it go dark?
God.
Oh, he just doesn't understand anything, does he? Oh, it's awful.
He doesn't.
Let's see. I think here's a
Content.
good
Now,
spot
I
after all the
uploaded for, like,
resolution
a month.
shit.
So I used it as a backup upload channel, and I got the monetization
I
back
don't
at that
like
point.
when
That
he
was around
gets
2018.
distracted like that.
But I haven't
No.
used that channel since
And he does so
2018. Over the
often.
last 3
Like
years, you guys asked me
WPIG the
to
other day,
upload your lost
they were
lost media
what was he
content, like
doing?
Final Fantasy 13 or Red
He
Dead
was doing
Redemption
something
or
with
Noir. And I said, well,
I
I
forget
can
what he was
find
trying
it.
to
I went
listen
my closet
for,
and found
and
it.
all it was just like,
I
dude,
explained the whole
stop.
idea of this new DSP throwback.
Like,
Yesterday on
you're
the
getting,
show.
Please.
I recommend
yeah,
watching
you're
that
getting
show.
so distracted
Holy
by
twins.
everything.
So last night, I went
Yeah.
over and KO Gaming has now been rebranded. It's now DSP Throwback.
BT says,
Access
I do
right
not
now,
own more than an
youtube.com/,
airsoft gun.
@DSP Throwback.
Of course, for legal reasons.
Uh-huh.
Interested in
Of
seeing
course.
the legacy content come back in a
Yeah,
new
no, you're
and
good,
more
BT.
modernized way.
I
Please go
I know you're
over to
joking,
and
and now
subscribe
thankfully
to
so
the
does the
channel,
CEO of
So last night I did a
YouTube.
vlog. It was only about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All we did
Yeah,
was
or the
just
shadow
wait
organization
I
that
wanna
runs
say thank
YouTube,
you. 24
whichever.
hours- or excuse me, within 12
Yeah.
hours, the video already exceeded 1,000 views and is climbing. That's great. It shows that there is some initial.
But he's
traffic on
not
the channel.
Mr.
Already
Views.
there's over 100 new
Oh
subscribers
yeah,
climbing.
no,
So there
not
might
at
be
all.
more interest in
Yeah.
He's just a small time
No.
guy.
So,
See, I don't know,
last night,
Injured. I don't know if you
after
knew
I uploaded
this,
that video,
but he's a really
I said,
small
"Hey,
time
I
streamer.
think
He has no
course.
aspirations to go any higher.
the first, I don't know,
When
let's say 2 hours.
When I heard him
of
say
my
that, all I
podcast
heard was, I have no aspirations.
Because here's the thing. By uploading those videos, I can check and see.
That is, it's like literally, I have no dream. I've got nothing. I've got no
drive.
idea to go any higher than where I'm at.
Nah. Nah. Yeah, because a small time YouTuber has over 700 members.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which is hilarious because he doesn't even like
about
average that a
11
stream.
or 12 videos to the channel
No.
to do a test. First thing I
No.
noticed, already there's a problem, okay?
Oh,
So,
already
here's
there's a problem,
a big
guys.
difference.
It's
How
been
videos
what,
used to be done back
3
then
days
versus how they're done now, okay?
since the
So
new
back
year?
in the
There's
day,
already a
when you
problem.
used to upload to YouTube, okay, you would open your uploading queue, and let's say you had 10 videos to upload in a day.
Oh.
So you would queue them all up. You would select all 10 videos, drag them into this window, and what YouTube would do, it would start
I
uploading
love
the
it
first video,
whenever
and
he
order them
talks
in the
about
order you
old
wanted
school
them to go
YouTube.
live.
Like,
YouTube would say,
most of
"Okay,
the
this one, then
people
this one, then this
watching
one, then this one."
were
So
probably
that's
not
the
around
videos
for old
and
school
the order you
YouTube.
wanted them to upload.
No,
Now, the thing is, it
and
was never a
I mean, I
guarantee that
remember
you would
like
actually show up
Fred
on
and
YouTube
stuff.
process
I don't
was
know.
very easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I
the
didn't
process
watch
was
gaming
fine. The process
on
was
old
Yeah.
school
fine.
YouTube. I didn't
And
care.
I would say my YouTube usage
for seemingly no reason, I
really
had to
started
do
kicking off in
servers,
like
but basically, when you
2009.
that was on YouTube's end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2009 was when.
Really?
So it used to be you
I think
could
so.
somewhat
Well, not
control
for his, just like my own
the order
personal.
that videos uploaded and went live on YouTube. It just wasn't.
Yeah,
appropriate,
okay.
Yeah, but like I was watching, I remember watching gameplay videos for like Batman Arkham Asylum, and watching Fred, and I watched some Smosh. I remember when
Right,
Siri
Smosh.
came out, all
Yeah.
those comedy skits about Siri,
Wait, what?
like.
I remember that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Upload one whole video in its entirety, then move on to the next.
It's funny
Upload that
because
whole
he's
video in
always
its entirety,
like,
then move on to
YouTube
the
was
next.
way more positive back in the day,
Now,
but I'm
YouTube
pretty sure
tries
it
to
was more
simultaneously
toxic.
upload
Or
all
like,
the
you know, the
videos
internet
on
was
one
more
video.
toxic.
So
Yeah.
There were less
'cause-
rules.
It'll
Yeah, I
literally
was gonna say,
upload
like he
all
always
10
called it the
videos
Wild
at the
West,
same time.
but
So number one,
but it was totally
kills your
fine.
bandwidth. If
Like-
you have, you know, good
Alistair, what's
upload
up, man?
speed,
Thanks for stopping by.
it can
I
handle it. But
appreciate
imagine if
you
don't
being
have good
here.
upload speed. It just destroys your internet. And it makes everything insanely
he's dumb.
slow. It used to be, okay, one video would upload, it would take, what, 20 minutes?
I think it's funny that
The
he's
next part
dunking
would
on
upload in 20
people's
minutes,
internet.
the next part. Now, because you're uploading all at once,
Yeah.
Like he's like, well,
it's
I
not
have
slow.
that internet,
It'll all upload,
but
now
most
everything's
people
slow.
don't.
And that's why sometimes what's happened
It's
Right.
like,
is after
okay,
my
cool,
first
Right.
Phil.
stream,
Yeah,
I'll do a
cool.
podcast,
Right,
parts
that
of
feels
gameplay,
good. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
sit there
That
and
feels
upload,
great.
And I'll go downstairs, have dinner, come back, and it's not even done uploading. And I'll be like, well, gives. Why didn't it finish?
Yeah, Alistair, I was really happy when they bought Smosh back. It was a nice wholesome
Aw,
thing to
that's
see.
good.
All the time.
Yeah.
But maybe once a week.
It was nice to see
They're
Anthony
all on
back with
YouTube.
Smosh.
Why
I
they
was like,
changed their
that's really
process for
cool.
uploading videos, I don't know. So how did this affect
Yeah.
me? Well, you got to remember something.
I haven't watched anything from
all
them
of my
in
legacy
years.
content is on
I know.
incredibly old.
I
external
watched a
hardware.
little bit during
That was
COVID.
an ancient, I think
Like
it was
during COVID time, I was
from
watching
2009. That is
I watched a lot of their like comedy, like try not to laugh videos because I was like, well, I got nothing better to do, so I'll watch a few of these.
Right.
They were decent. They had Gus Johnson on once or twice,
Okay.
and I was like, oh, okay.
Cool.
I'll set it up to upload all these videos, and it'll just lag up. So I ended up having to restart. I tried uploading, it just like lagged up and wasn't working. So I had to restart, and basically I had to do it, maybe do 3-4 videos at a time tops.
Wow.
That was it. I couldn't have it like upload.
Okay, Phil.
I think it's his computer. Like, it has to be.
I really think it has a big deal to do with it, because like that thing is still running like Windows 8, so like God knows it's not running at its highest like possibility. I hate the fact, by the way, just as somebody who does build computers from time to time, I really hate the fact that he tries to imply that his computer hardware would not be good enough to handle Windows 10 or 11. Like,
right, that's so stupid.
That's so stupid. Windows 8 could barely run on most high-end PCs properly because when it came out, it was just like not optimized for desktops. Then they reworked it. And then when Windows 10 came out, it was like, oh, dude, this is so much better than Windows 8. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know how, like, when that prompt shows up, he's like, I'm just going to ignore it. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
And how do you do that? Because, like, whenever I see an update that's happening, like any update where my computer's like, you need to restart, I'm like, oh, cool.
All these videos.
What all do I need to pause right now to restart everything?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'll keep a little thing to the side here, so we know when he's gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna keep a little.
Okay, I see. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want to play his music because his music sucks. So
it's a kid's bop for dented adults.
It's so bad. Like, do you remember when he was playing Tears of the Kingdom and that I think it was Emiri's Farms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Farms.
Yeah. Okay. So she did that. She did that one TikTok that went really viral of him playing it. And then I remember it turned out that she was either a former dent or was still kind of dented.
She was a former dent. She did some of his fucking art.
Yeah,
like the fan art.
I think we'll see it here soon, I'm sure. But it's like that one that comes up where it's like Phil's like dressing day or Phil's closet, whatever.
Yeah, that one and like the crappy anime one looking. That one with him and Jasper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so weird. Well, and then it's like I remember she said something about how she was going to. She was going to play Thugs on the Floor for her child. And everybody was like, whoa. Like, Thugs on the Floor is a terrible song.
It's awful. Hi, Devilish Face.
What's up, Devilish Face? Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, it's great. Today's a good day. This is going to be good.
It's
and
good.
Fucking Emerus.
Like, look at that. Is that the shitty one you were talking about? The Nino Cooney frog? Like the frogs with him and Jasper? Oh, shoot.
It's not pulled up to the front. Yeah, okay. Which one?
This guy?
Not that one.
Okay.
No. It's like...
Is it the one where he's wearing the brown shirt?
He's wearing a vest in it, I think. He's got like really big eyes. It looks very like a child who saw an anime and decided they wanted to draw in that style.
That reminds me of the anime books that I used to have where it's like, I watched Naruto once and I was like, I want to know how to draw anime. So I bought one of those like how to draw manga books.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He doesn't look like himself in this when he's Leon. He kind of looks like Tommy C.
He does. But trying to see where this fucking picture is, if it's even still, it probably still
it's gotta be
there.
By the way, this is the worst anniversary picture I've ever seen.
It's disgusting because like what it looks like is like the evolution of a serial killer.
Yeah, like there's a reason people want to like make fake Netflix documentaries that have him portrayed as a serial killer because it feels like it.
It does. He's disgusting.
Which this, by the way, I think is hilarious for all the wrong reasons. Because it's like this dude's looking at his dick and then,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
I would say
It's bad.
this one's kind of. This one's not terrible.
It's right. It's not bad.
There it is.
Okay, there it is. DSP's closet. This is Emiri or Emiris, whatever.
Yeah.
She
Emiri's
dumbass put her fucking name on it.
Yeah, dude, no. Like whoever did these ones are not bad. It almost like looks slightly Darksea-esque.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's someone who has some sort of talent or fed something through a cartoon filter.
Yeah, somebody who's like, oh, I know what I can do.
Yeah.
Bro looks like a bunch of Michael from
those.
GTA. Is what BT said.
Yeah, that's true. He does.
Yeah. Michael looks much better. Is this the one you're talking?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
This one's awful. I hate this one.
That's pretty gross. It's a choice.
Yeah. It's so juvenile. I'm like, I don't know about that one.
It's weird.
Meme Man says if DSP were a serial killer, he'd go for Comcast workers first.
Probably.
I can
Most
see
likely.
it. I can see it. I'll start there.
Picture. Yeah, I'm gonna start this specific corporation. That'll show you.
That'll show you stupid
maybe
trackers.
It's gone. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, well, I mean,
maybe
it's there. Who knows?
One of these days for fun, I feel like it would be funny to like rank his like loading screens.
Oh god, like a fucking cure maker.
Yeah, that's awful.
That's something we should.
The face is awful.
To ALT.
That would be fun.
Yeah, what's interesting?
ALT would love that.
Yeah, you would. The one the one that we just saw that you said that's awful, and then the Resident Evil one. Those are clearly someone traced over those and just like sort of put Phil's face.
It's really sad too because like
shiny teeth. Yeah,
shiny teeth. He'd go for station.
That's my horse's name in the West of Loathing, and it's a ghost horse.
Ooh, ghost horses are cool. I don't know how you'd ride that, but that's cool.
It works. I don't know how it works.
Physics, they don't really apply to ghosts. Let's see. Devil's Face says he has a massive bulge in that one you just asked about.
Gross.
Ew.
You're right. I try not to look down there.
Yeah.
Because it probably stinks.
Oh, that's a terrible thought. Oh, well, I mean, we know the shower's not working, so.
Ugh. Yuck. Yucky.
We gotta get this man some tactical soap.
Yeah. Dude, that shit's expensive. Oh my god.
Is it? I've never looked it up.
Yeah, so if you put in the King Cobra code, it saves you like 15%, which is like $1. And it's not that much.
Oh, it's a pheromone soap? Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, they got a New Year's sale. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Call me Todd Howard, because it just works. Very nice. Very nice.
I love it. Thanks for coming by, BT. You have a great day, man. I will talk to you later.
So let's look at some other soap. I'm not really sure exactly how much each of them cost.
Jesus.
Yeah. So likes the Bond one.
Okay. So he likes the Bond. I'm curious how much this shit is. Oh my.
It's not cheap. Like that's a fucking block of soap. That's crazy.
Dude.
And then look, the 6-pack is almost $50. Or it is 50. It's almost 80 normally. That's more than like $10 a bar. Like,
hell no.
crazy.
You could go to Dollar Tree and get something that smells just fine, dude. Like I don't.
Yeah.
What is this?
Like this is nuts.
By the way, the idea that they're calling. Can we just talk about how obligatory, what's the word I'm looking for? Masculine. This is attempting to be. We got Maverick, Bond, Durden. Like, when you're referencing Fight Club on your product, you know who your target audience is.
Yeah. Insecure men who love Chuck Palahniuk, which I do, but I'm not a man, so shove it.
Yeah. The fact that they have a loofah fun bag?
What?
What does that even mean?
What is a fun bag of loofahs?
What would you... What does that mean? That's a one loofah
They call
bag.
them fun bags because the guys that buy it can't get boobs? Is that
the idea? That they squeeze them and that's the
maybe.
closest they get?
so you call boobs sometimes is fun bags, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Grondike difference.
The soap is pretty, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty.
Like, it looks nice. I'm curious, like, how... You know how, like, soap gets really, like, nasty towards the end? Like...
Yes.
Yeah, like, I'm just curious, like, what it looks like towards the end. Because, like, my thing is, I don't like to use, what is it? I don't like to use bar soap, because it just gets really gross.
I don't either. It's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I understand why people do. I don't blame anybody that does. But, like, there's a certain point where you have to be, like, very on top of it, or it just gets really nasty. And I don't think Cobra's the type of person to be on top of it.
No, he's got soap scum all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch, there you go. They feel like bags of sand.
I don't
bet
blame
they
you,
don't.
Alistair. I've heard Dr. Squatch smells good, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
If it's cheaper,
yeah.
then go for it.
Yeah. I mean, that...
Oh.
Exactly.
And I saw, wait, what? Hold on. I saw something. Oh, yeah, DSP Doc is going to be interesting when that comes out. I'm so excited. Because Mike Klum obviously seriously has a lot of talent and knows what he's doing.
Yes.
And he seems like a good person, too, which is awesome.
Yes.
And he almost made me feel bad for Boogie. That's
a
talent.
hard thing to do. That's a very hard thing to do.
If he can just, like, I really don't want, like, a fucking slam piece on DSP. If it, it's just going to show the truth, and we all know the truth.
Yeah.
It's just, I want to see.
Rich made a really good point when he said all I want, or like what most level-headed detractors want, is just the truth. And I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that's all we want.
It's like he just lies so often. We just want truth.
Yeah. That's all it is. Like, that's the part that irritates me the most. It's like, don't lie about having depression. Don't, like, you can feel bad for, like, just lie. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, sounds good, Meme Man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Much appreciated. Indrid, how much would you guess this bottle of cologne from Tactical Soap is?
Well, I mean, like a normal person, okay. There are some brands that go, from 40 to 50 or whatever, or to like 90. Okay, so I'm going to guess that it's around $90.
150 normally.
Are you kidding?
On sale, 112.
Wow.
For this smallest bottle.
That's so dumb. Oh my god.
It is. Oh, we got the pixelated fill on today.
Ooh. No cold open. Weird.
Yeah. He probably knows he's gonna have a bigger audience today. That's probably why he's like pumping it up.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because he seems like he likes to get really full of himself whenever it's a possibility of a bigger audience.
Yeah, whenever it's time go.
It's hit time go. I would love it. I don't think it would ever happen in a million years, but I would love it if somehow, like he was, like Mike was able to interview Derek and Jade.
Yeah.
That
was something
incredible.
Because I told Snood that, who I sent that email to, and he's like, well, you should tell him that I live near Derek, and I can go interview him. And I was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't put yourself in the line of fire like that, man.
No, you'll catch something.
I didn't know chlamydia could be airborne.
Excuse me. We are not going back in time. We are moving forward steadily.
Well, no. Okay.
Is he referencing his song, Going Back in Time?
Consecutive streaming day of the week.
Probably.
I'm DSP, of course,
yes.
And I welcome you here to stream. I hope
Thank
that
you
you're
for
all
welcoming
doing
me. I don't hate this sweater he's wearing right now.
Today,
No, this stripe is perfectly acceptable.
That's good.
today,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I
job,
will address
Phil.
the rumors and all the
Yeah.
happenings
Oh,
that
shit.
have been going on.
Wow, we're getting right into it.
Yesterday, all during the course
Yeah.
of the day, people kept coming to my stream saying, "Hey Phil, I heard this. Hey Phil, I heard that." And
Stop fucking with your console.
we haven't heard anything from you.
It's not
So can
time
we
yet.
hear from you on this particular topic of what we're hearing about?
Alistair,
Which
yeah,
I
it's
responded.
fucking nuts.
No,
I
you cannot hear from me.
It's terrible.
Because yesterday I was busy. You
It's
know,
so much.
We had a new playthrough to do in Resident Evil 0 Remastered that just premiered. And we had to finish up Like a Dragon Gaiden, right? So I was very busy yesterday, and I was like, I can't be derailing.
Can you talk about the thing that people care about instead?
Don't jerk us around, Phil. We know you do that before a stream, but
that I do every day.
Don't jerk me off, please.
I'll leave it to you.
And on said podcast, I address.
I love, by the way,
stuff.
He brought up the fact
Kind of like this,
that like
what you're
he's
asking.
got a new background,
You know?
even though it's the same
So-
background as the beginning of last year, and the only
so
difference
that
is this game
really
over sign.
Going to be one of the major
I
focuses
know.
of the show, although not the only focus. Yeah, I'd like to
It's
talk
like he's
about
telling the
how
future.
things
It's
went
gonna
with
be
the
game
premiere of
over
Resident
for
Evil
him
0
soon.
yesterday, the conclusion of
Yeah,
the
he's at the
that
final
was
boss,
very-
guys.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, and how this is now going to affect the schedule because we wrapped up that game. It means that we have more time for other stuff.
Alright, dude.
And that's going to be really cool.
And things.
All right, but
Somebody in the chat
you
says
know,
Roman
Alright.
is Catherine.
People want to hear from me.
Was that
about
BITW
a
awesome?
particular
Yeah.
topic, which I
Dude,
will
he
address on today's
waits
show
for our
in as
streams
much
to end, and
detail
he'll
as
come
I
in and
can,
say, like,
because
Romance
here's the thing.
Catherine,
Number one,
Romance Android.
I don't
Like
wanna
2 minutes
spill the
after we
beans.
end the stream.
I don't wanna
Funny.
Spoil everything.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Two, I'm legally
It's
bound.
very good.
He's legally bound.
Wait,
He's
what?
actually a
To
lawyer.
what?
He's sitting in my closet right now.
No!
I'm serious. And he is watching
Just
me. For
Stop!
everything that I say.
Oh, can we not
If
with
I
the
say
old
something
man
wrong,
jokes
he's
today,
gonna come out
Phil?
here and he's gonna beat me on the head with a ruler.
Not funny.
And say you're going right to a nice lawsuit, buddy. I'm just kidding,
gonna
obviously.
beat you on the
It's
head
not
with
all
an
that serious
anvil.
at all. I'm just joking.
Do you think
Please
it's
don't
funny
take
when
this
he
serious. I'm
has
trying
to
be
preface
silly.
that he's silly?
And there'll be people who
Like
will be
he's
like,
joking.
What? Phil's being
No.
sued and he's
Absolutely
No.
not.
Absolutely not. I'm just being, I'm just
I
being
do like the
silly.
idea, though,
Anyway,
that Jade hears his jokes and starts taking it literally.
Tell him to come out of the closet.
No.
Actually, the lawyer told me he
Jade.
loves being in the closet. That if he was
Are you
outed that, it might change
stupid?
his life, and he doesn't want to do that.
What the hell,
What the
Phil?
fuck? Was
Anyway.
that a gay joke?
I think so.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
He's changed, guys. He's
My
changed.
final streaming day of the week. It's
changed.
been a great week, right? Over the course
Has
of this
it?
week, way more Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude, it's only Wednesday. What do you mean it's been a great
And
week?
finished up RoboCop, which is really cool.
I know.
Because it was a good ending to that game. I really liked the ending of that game. Started up Resident Evil 0 yesterday.
RoboCop
that
was
was
great.
really good.
I will agree with him there.
Kind of came to a determination about Street
saw
Fighter
him
6
playing
and
it
the
a little
frequency
bit,
that I
and it
want to
was
play
not
it.
good.
Meaning probably.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that-
His gameplay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure he did not make it look good. He kept bitching about
No.
graphics, which I thought was stupid, because it really doesn't look that bad.
Also, graphics bad, game bad is a huge thing right now. We all know that graphics don't make a game good anymore.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
I'm
God,
excited
I'm after
for
like
the content
so
that's
many
now gonna be
good
coming out for
games
the rest of the month,
with great
for
art
3
styles.
weeks
I
or
kind of
so,
just care about art
we'll be
style.
juggling exciting games, right? Until the new releases.
I've been playing
actually
West of
start hitting
Loathing.
in
I'm
January.
literally a
And the good
stick
thing is,
figure in a
I don't
stick
think
figure
the
town in that
weeks
game. It's
leading
great.
up to the
It's
end
so
of the month
great.
are going to be slow weeks at all.
so
Like they're
fun.
not.
I've
gonna be
been,
bad
uh,
weeks. These are great games.
Oh wait, all my games they have
These are
interesting
places
art
you guys
styles
have
but
asked
decent
for.
graphics. So I guess
It's
I
not
can't
like
talk
it's
too
filler
much.
content.
But I did
It's
buy
just
Okami because I'm gonna play
thing
Okami for
to
the
have
first time
something
this
to
year.
Talk about or play.
I have no idea what
Instead,
that is.
It's stuff that
Uh,
pretty in demand. So I'm excited for that.
I'll
Because
show you why he's
It's always
rambling.
good when you have a
Okay.
dead time.
Okami is this game?
You still have a ton of stuff. To
The
do,
one-
which is very exciting.
The
Typically,
one
Oh,
by
pretty.
This
Capcom.
time of year, I'd be playing a Bethesda.
Yeah,
Right? If you look
it's
at my history,
extremely
like, first it
cool
was Fallout New
art style
Vegas,
wise. It's
then
based off
Skyrim,
of
then it was Oblivion. Well, this
a
year
mix
we're
of
playing
like
Baldur's Gate
Chinese
3.
and Japanese
Little different, 'cause
like
it's a hot new release,
water
right? It's Game of the
painting,
Year winner.
Oh.
So
and the whole game looks
pretty
like
darn
that.
exciting.
Nice.
Although admittedly,
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
you may have noticed
Isn't it?
something.
Apparently it's like a Zelda
Yeah.
clone.
The attendance is way lower now.
So I'm
What?
really
Sorry.
And the
Oh, yeah,
viewership
it's a
on YouTube
Zelda
is way
clone.
lower now. It just is.
Oh,
which I
okay.
knew would
Yeah,
happen.
it won Game of the Year in
30 hours into Baldur's Gate
2006.
3.
So
Cool.
yeah, and
Did you
Capcom
really
has a
think
HD
that
version
for a
of it.
slow
So,
pace, excuse
Yeah,
me, a slow pace.
he's still rambling. So I'll
turn-based
show you the
Slow
recent
pace.
anime I watched too. So Capcom has a series called Onimusha, and I started playing it. And
I didn't really feel like it was
what is it?
retained,
I watched the
and I was
anime
right.
they had for
now, it took a little
And it
longer
was
than maybe I
absolutely
I don't watch anime, but it
incredible.
looks
at the
pretty.
same time,
Oh,
here's
it's
the
so
good
pretty.
news.
Snort Exchange is
People are
here.
still
Cool. Oh, I need to.
Exchange.
Meaning when I'm
What's
playing,
up?
people are
spin
showing up to the
today.
streams, hanging
Oh,
out
man.
with me,
I need to
helping
be
me
a better
understand the
snort
mechanics.
exchanger.
There's still mechanics 30 hours into. I'm still like
I have
not
an
exactly
insane amount
understanding.
of health coin. I've
And
got
you guys are helping me
almost
to
6,500
find
of
all
the
the
coins.
content in the game, which is great.
Dang.
I don't want to miss out on any content in this game.
That's fantastic.
I'm a
Oh wait,
millionaire.
today is
I appreciate that.
oh yeah, today's
But-
Baldur's Gate. Which, by the way, as somebody
Yeah.
who really
I mean,
likes
what
that
the
game,
fun-
he is
give you a perfect
absolutely
example.
massacring
When I
it.
started playing the game,
Oh yeah,
every
Snood.
part
Snood
was
has
getting
aneurysms
thousands of
over it.
views.
Oh,
Every
I
stream was getting
don't
like
blame
400,
him.
500, 600 viewers.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, the term
these
"they
parts
massacred
barely
my
get
boy"
300
is
views.
not more prevalent
After
than
days, I mean, they
when he plays
3,000
Baldur's
watches
Gate.
one day. They're like 300
Yeah.
views. You know what I mean? So it's just like every RPG. It really is. If this were like Dark Souls or something, it'd be much different. But RPGs sadly don't retain as much of an audience.
Hit your Cole in the
I would
chat.
hope. I love RPGs. RPGs are my forte, right? Like I've played a zillion of them. I love them.
It's
I
kind
would
of funny
play
that he's
more of
been
them
like
if I could
telling
actually have a
everybody
bigger
he's the
audience for
RPG
them, but for whatever
guy.
reason,
Yeah.
Like that's a really
It's
weird
bad.
like
case in point,
retcon.
Baldur's Gate 3, the game of the year
Yeah.
RPG, even that.
A little bit.
30
Yeah,
hours
like
in
I
is not
get
retaining a
he's
very
like a
large
90s
audience,
RPG
okay?
guy.
But the good news is I'm
That
still
I get.
enjoying myself. It's not like the playthroughs
yeah,
work
but
or
it's
anything.
weird to
It's
hear
not
him
a
go
great
like, I'm the
time. Every
RPG
time I
guy.
play it,
It's
I'm
like,
having a good
well,
time. People are
That's
supporting the
me.
streams.
Yeah.
It's
You're
great.
not, though. Weren't
So,
you the fighting
don't
game guy?
worry about
yeah,
that.
you can't be every guy.
That's no big deal. It's not like, oh,
We know
Yeah.
you're the guy, but
it's not.
Yeah, you can be that one. I don't
you
want
can
to.
always be that
good,
one.
and I'm excited every time they were playing it. I'm like, yes, we're gonna finish the Goblin Camp and all of that. Okay, but it's basically,
Dude, it's so funny whenever
it's
he
declined
talks
to the
about
point where I
these
feel
like
it would,
events in Baldur's Gate
Um,
as if they're major
but anyway,
story stuff
so
when
good
they're
stuff.
literally
You know,
just like
wrapping up
like
all the
normal
lingering
encounters.
playthroughs from 2023. now
Ah,
we're heading full
nice.
force
Yeah.
into the playthroughs
I don't
for
play it,
2024.
but it's
You know,
beautiful
everything
game.
refreshed for the new
It
year
is.
this week, right? The new background, the new
It's not
animations. You guys are giving me
refreshed.
very positive feedback.
has
on
not.
the new animations on the stream.
He has only
there's
alluded
three
to it
ones
so
that are
far,
related
Snort
to
Exchange.
Yakuza
He hasn't
or
really
Like a
outright talked
Dragon,
about it yet.
which is relating obviously to the upcoming
Right.
playthrough of
Hopefully
Like a Dragon
soon.
Infinite Wealth. But in addition,
If he ever
there's
gets
some
around
to it.
remastered animations that I've redone. That
I
I'm
almost,
now.
I almost wish they'd
Which is
stop coming out
excellent.
with Yakuza games just so I didn't have to hear about him talking about them.
And of course,
I know.
there was the announcement
awful.
earlier this week. The relaunch of KO Gaming, now branded DSP Throwback, a channel where I'm going to take all of my lost playthroughs. from back in the day
Is
that
there
were deleted
something
for
about the Final
various
Fantasy
reasons.
13 one?
Edit
Like,
them,
is
upscale
there some
them,
type of
make
content
them
in there
look
that
and
we're
sound
looking
better,
for?
and we
Because
upload them
I'm
in
always
very
confused why
digestible
people want that
format
one
of
so
longer
much.
videos to that channel.
I'm not
so people
sure.
can watch
I
them again.
don't
So that's
really. I
also
don't really watch his old gameplays because
process.
it's just
Yeah,
bad.
And some people might
because
say, well, I
yeah,
wonder,
you would never want to.
how's that going? I'll give you a quick
Yeah, I'm
update.
not
'Cause
sure.
I don't have too much of a crazy update in regards to that. But basically, the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough is going to be the first one. Just so everybody knows, because there's other playthroughs. There's Red Dead
Okay.
Redemption.
I'm really
and
confused
its
why people are so
expansions and
like
online play. There's
waiting
LA
with bated
Noire,
breath
and
for
there's
that
other
one.
lost stuff. But it's going to be Final
yeah.
Fantasy 13
If,
that goes
if
up
someone
here first.
can
Okay?
say why people
And
want that one so much,
already I
I
can
would
tell
be
ya-
eternally grateful.
Yeah,
I've probably got 4 to 5 hours.
I mean,
of footage,
if it's
I don't
that's
get
been
it.
uploaded,
yeah, if
ready
there's
to
a this
go.
is how you don't
And
play or something
basically,
like.
as I said, it's not just
Well, like
me,
just
it's
waiting
multiple
to be
people.
made for when
And
this
those
footage
people
comes
are
out,
working
then
on
I'll be very
those
interested to
videos,
see if it's like
running
one of
them
those
through
things.
these
But
upscalers and everything, and then editing them into bigger parts and
every
seeing
time he
how it
talks about
looks, and also
upscalers
thumbnails
and
everything,
stuff with
you know,
audio,
to me,
I'm like,
good
dude,
quality
it's
stuff
you
this
still
time
just
around.
pointed a camera at
They're
your
working on
TV.
it.
Like it's not going to look that
I've been
amazing.
told, and this is not a promise,
No.
likely by
It's not.
Friday-ish, we should have the first video ready. It'll be part 1 of Final
By
Fantasy
Friday, dude.
with the improvements, and I'm curious what you guys will think. I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's not
Yeah.
done yet. You know, I don't know yet. But I'm very
Okay.
curious.
You should.
You know, will people
He should
watch
have worked on this before
this
he
old
decided
playthrough
to.
in 2024?
Most
Yeah.
most
with
people
these
when they
improvements? People have been
announce
asking
something,
me
they
for
have
ages,
something in
where
like
is
the pipe
playthrough
ready to
running
go
now?
right away.
People have asked me to replay Final Fantasy 13, which I totally am okay with doing.
It's what
but
he
it seems
should
like
do.
every time that we talk about it, there's another big RPG out, right?
Did he
You
like?
know, right now,
I wonder if he
Baldur's
liked
Gate
Final
3, then we're
Fantasy
gonna have Like a
13.
Dragon Infinite
He
Wealth,
must
then we're
have
gonna Final
if he's
Fantasy
willing to
7
replay
Rebirth.
it
When am I
again.
going to play Final Fantasy 13? It's not going
Right.
to happen, right? You know,
Like I like Final
eventually,
Fantasy,
like
but
that
I
right
avoided
now.
13 just
So-
because it was way too cutscene heavy, which is
I'm
ironic for
totally
Final Fantasy.
excited.
But
For it,
Okay,
but
okay.
I also don't want to
I
get
don't. Yeah,
everyone
I'm not into those games.
overexcited.
yeah,
Especially
I
if can't
100%ed
promise you a delivery
15,
date. You know what I mean? Like it might
which is not
be
normal
coming.
for me to 100% a game, but 15 I liked a lot.
That says a lot then.
Yeah,
It might be coming at the end of this week.
There's very few games I've 100%ed.
We'll see. We'll play it by ear.
My list is very funny though. It's like Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, and then Final Fantasy 15.
Oh yeah, I meant to. I have that one.
So
I need
that
to
is in
play
process. DSP
Oh, it's so
by the
good.
way,
It's so funny.
that announcement video that I uploaded.
It's like a
there,
Zelda parody.
Yeah, that's
over
what I've been
2,000
told.
views and climbing
Okay.
now. People have actually casually watched a few of the videos.
And climbing.
And climbing.
That were already on that channel from 2018. When I was uploading some gameplay over there.
Oh, he's really trying to get the
I
boring
don't know
parts
if
out of the
anyone's
way,
actually
huh?
watched the edited content. I mean,
I
that
know,
was
I'm
just
so
the
bored.
point of that channel originally, was the edited
Bro,
reviews.
it's so bad. I'm starting to like look at the game over sign to see
You know,
when it's going to change
ancient now.
colors
I mean, Now
again.
you're talking videos that are 8+ years old.
Oh, I
But
know. I know.
Basically,
It looks better with
that
the blue.
channel, once I get
It does
videos
look better
on
with the
it,
blue.
I need to
I like
get
blue.
uploads.
Yes.
I
It's
need to
good.
get consistent views.
Ooh,
then
dark
I can
blue.
repartner it.
Ooh, now
In which
purple.
case, then I can monetize the content again, put some ads on the videos, etc.
I'm not confirmed to have ADHD, but this sign is making me feel like I do.
For the sake of
I do.
posterity,
I might.
trying to get these videos back up in a way you guys
ADHD
can watch
Most
them.
of us.
It's cool.
basically.
Well, the way I
But
play games, I
I
definitely think that there
ultimately
might
it
be
may
some.
pay off. You know,
Is
we'll
it
see.
is that a spectrum?
But
Or is
anyway,
it just a
that's
thing?
the update on that. I don't have any more big information.
Are
Check
the-
it out at
That's a good question.
youtube.com/@
Because like if there's different
DSP
levels,
that's
I
the
wonder
graphic.
like if I have
If
a
you haven't
level
yet,
of
give it a
that.
look. If you're interested in seeing older players,
Never got
now
tested for it,
up
though,
to the
'cause-
modern age,
yeah, I don't know.
Please consider subscribing to the channel and watch some of the content
Yeah,
on it if you
I'm-
get a chance. That's
taking
not
medication
representative of
for
the
it.
content that's going to be on there now. But
Oh yeah, there's no
it
shortage of me on
helps.
that
That
end.
viewing hours will help that channel
Yeah.
get boosted back to where it needs to be so that I can get into the part.
Even more reason why I don't
Okay.
like when he talks about mental health.
Cool. And by the way,
Yeah.
someone might say, well, "Why are you out of the
He-
partner program?" Because it was defunct
That part
for years.
irritates me the
YouTube
most.
changed their
You-
criteria a few years ago.
You don't know.
And basically,
He was
if you have a
never
defunct
ever
channel, they don't keep
diagnosed
it
with
partnered, they'll
anything.
unpartner it, and then when you
Yeah.
qualify, they'll
I know
Well, and it's
that.
like he
That's
takes a
all it
normal
was, right?
feeling that somebody would have, like how Steve said, where it's like where it's like a situational sadness, and then equates that to
Okay.
depression.
Cool.
Very very.
Yeah.
All
different.
right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, he's
obviously, I'd
felt
like to talk about the
sadness.
schedule,
That's it.
and then I want to talk about
Not
the
depression.
big thing you're all here to hear about, right? The big announcement that
Sword
I have
Exchange
Let's talk about
says
it. Let's talk
because
about it.
DSP Throwback is just one of
he hates when he
many
has a
things
story that
coming
everyone
in
wants to hear. He
2024
drags it out so
that
much.
are
He sure
new,
does.
Big announcements and things that are going to be
Also,
cool.
he
and
said
shake
he's getting
things
a lot
up
of
a bit,
buffering.
all right?
I noticed
So,
that too.
I
I
have
thought
a
it
big
was
one to
just
talk
me.
about today. People have already heard rumblings. People have already heard information about it elsewhere. And now they want to get the
low
skinny
late
from
or
me, and
ultra
you're gonna
low
get it.
latency.
But first, let's quickly go through the schedule.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not sure. It could just
So that
it
you
could
guys
be
know what's coming in
YouTube.
the next week or so.
Could be YouTube.
And
Yeah.
then
Latency's
we will tackle
fine.
the
It
big
might
thing
also
you
be
all wanna
OBS
talk
settings
about.
or something.
Okay.
That's
so,
possible.
Today, it
I
is
think I have
Baldur's
all
Gate
that
3.
set up properly,
We're continuing
but
on with the Goblin Camp. We've already
you
taken
know,
out
there's
two
always
of
there's
the
always the
three
possibility to
bosses
be better,
in
guys.
The Goblin Camp.
Never
Although
take
I would
a
say
never
the
take a
first
moment to not.
boss is also a recruitable person,
Yeah.
but I don't know how I could do that if I
We're
want to
still
do this
improving
plot line
over
where I
at the
side with the
beam.
druids, which I do.
I guess maybe it's
I don't
because
see how I
dude,
could
maybe
think
there's somebody at my
This person
ISP.
who's the third boss.
That's trying to
I don't
mess
know
with
if
me.
there's a way around it.
Maybe.
You can help me with that
Dude,
today.
maybe there's a rice detractor at my.
You know what I'm saying?
Wi-Fi
Like
company.
I just don't understand how it works. I certainly don't want to do an evil mode playthrough, right?
What?
Wait, is he talking about Baldur's
What are you
Gate?
talking about?
But I don't know if it's possible
I don't know. I don't
to
know.
actually
Paying
recruit everyone
attention.
in the game, or based on your choices if you can
just
only
don't
recruit certain
care.
people or others. So I'm sure we'll talk about that today.
Phil.
We're gonna finish up the Goblin Camp
Phil, just get to it,
and
man.
move on with the plot.
There's almost
I know
500 people
because
watching. That's what he's
we
doing,
finished
I
the
think.
Goblin Camp. I don't know
He's got to
what's
be
next,
baiting.
you know.
Oh man.
So I
He's
guess we'll see.
edging.
I know
Oh.
eventually we're probably going back to the Underdark. Now we have like multiple quests in the Underdark. We have to find some forge. We're looking for some hidden weapon or artifact. Like we have all these things to do.
Oh,
under there.
dude, the
So,
Forge
when we go
monster
back
that's
down
on there?
It'll actually be
Oh, I hope somebody
rather than me
like
searching
goats
for
him into
sake of
trying to
searching,
fight it.
Right. Anyway,
Oh, because it will kick his
so,
ass.
I guess we shall see
Nice.
what happens
Oh my
today. It should be
God.
fun. Okay, and then tonight on the
It-
late stream,
will
I'm
it
actually
be
really
fun?
excited
Will
for
it?
tonight's late night stream. It's more Sea of Stars.
I feel like that's
Now, we
subjective.
only played this on Sunday night, and
I think
even
it'll
though
be
we had a
fun.
small audience, that audience was super engaged and excited
Uh-oh.
to see me play this game. They had a
No.
ton of fun. I had
They
a ton of
were
fun.
super
I
engaged.
can't wait to play more Sea of Stars
Yeah.
because the game is
Stream is
a
very
homage
laggy.
to games like Chrono Trigger, Super Mario RPG, and Suikoden.
It's so weird. Oh, let me try.
All games I played in my youth, right? So it's like right up my alley. It feels like the game was
Let me
specially
close down a
designed
few
for someone
windows.
just
Give me
like
one
me.
second here.
So far, 2 hours in, the intro's
Let's
been great. I'm
try
looking forward to
this.
getting further than the intro today and seeing where it takes us. So that's the late stream
Yeah.
tonight. I hope you'll join me if you can make it, okay? I'm off from streaming tomorrow. It's my day off, and I'll be running errands and the like. I'll be spending a lot of time with my wife tomorrow for the first time in ages. Thankfully, we get like a day where we get to spend a lot of time together.
First time
She's
in
been
ages,
playing,
huh?
Far Cry 6. So maybe we'll see. Maybe she could finish it tomorrow. I don't know, because I don't know exactly how far in she is. Because she
You'll have to
plays a
tell
lot
me
when
if
I'm
that's any
streaming,
better,
so
BG. I
don't know.
closed
guess
down a
I'll
few
check in,
things.
watch her play.
So
it's fun.
Okay.
I like having
I
days
hope.
off where we can spend time together.
That
like
might help.
and share
Yeah.
gaming experiences. Far Cry 6 I played over 2 years ago. It's cool to now see her play it and help her with it if she needs advice or help with sniping or something like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've got him on 720.
So then Friday, it's going to be more Baldur's Gate 3, and it's Friday Night Fights. The one day a week that I'm going to play Street Fighter, and I made this announcement earlier.
Somebody said, Shiny T says, remember how when he got married, the marriage was 15 minutes of a 3-hour story?
Oh my god. Right.
That's a great
Okay,
point.
I just saw some buffering just now.
And now that I'm in Master, the connections just aren't as good as they used to be. I think it's because there's fewer players in Master.
Because I got the stream pulled up on my end, separate from Wi-Fi.
Plus, the vast majority of people that play Master are playing crossplay.
It might be some of your streamer output settings in OBS, possibly.
It's really reduced my enjoyment of the game, which sucks because I think the game is great and it is the best fighting game experience out there. It just sucks that they didn't find this real solution to the problem when you hit that level. What's weird is no other fighting games ever faced this before, because no other fighting games had this good of an echo.
My video bitrate is
so because
6,000.
of that, no other fighting games are way laggier, so you don't even get to this point where you hit the wall and you realize connections aren't initially because they're always bad, right?
I don't. I'll have to ask
that's
Snood about some of this stuff because like he's the one that streams.
Yeah.
And I've just started really learning about it.
Okay. Well, it makes me feel better that at least I'm not alone in that.
I don't know.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
Then on Saturday, okay, it's going to be more Resident Evil 0.
My content at the start was like very video heavy. So streaming is, even though like I've been doing streaming for half a year, like it's still very, still getting used to the whole thing.
Like it feels like I'm playing classic Resident Evil, which I love,
all
so
of
that's a
us
great
have
thing
the
that
room to
basically I've only played this game once. It was 8 years
We don't
ago.
pigeonhole ourselves. Yeah.
And I don't really remember at all, honestly, the playthrough. I remember certain things about it. Like, I remember 1 or 2 things from being on the train. I remember in the mansion, I'm in this room now with these cranks and a long staircase, and for some reason, I remember that in my head. Like, I remember there's going to be a boss or something in there. Like,
oh, so he remembers the playthrough, even though he doesn't remember the playthrough, guys. That's a little sus, Phil.
So...
Interesting.
Isn't
it weird that he remembers a boss, but he doesn't remember that there's characters that you switch between?
I'm kind of playing the game for the first time again.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, Phil. You don't remember who you play as, but you do remember there's a boss in the next room.
Yesterday, more of that coming Saturday, and then Saturday night, we're going to do more Sea of Stars, because we finished Like a Dragon Gaiden yesterday, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, by the way. We get to do Sea of Stars Saturday night, which is exciting.
That
Sunday
Onimusha
is my
thing I was mentioning, by the way. Onimusha is apparently like a Resident Evil clone mixed with Samurai. And it's so good. It's like old school Resident Evil, but if the controls were really refined.
Why? Because Sunday night, I'm
so
doing
nice.
Patreon React videos.
Sorry, I just thought of a suggestion.
To make this month, so because of that,
I had to do something. You might need to run OBS as administrator when you start it next time. That might help. And if you set the priority to OBS as high, that might help as well.
Then Monday,
I was doing that with mine.
Oh, that's good to know.
Monday night, it's going to be the most disappointing games of the year countdown, where for 2 hours we go through every game that I felt
it'll put OBS as the priority instead of diverting whatever to other things.
It's usually everyone's favorite.
That's really helpful.
It's going to be more
Thank
Resident
you.
Evil 0
I'll find you.
remastered, and it's going to be both
I'm gonna see if
your
I can find
choice,
I watched.
the viewer's choice best playthroughs of 2023, and my Game of the Year awards. Each will be about an hour long. Okay. So if you're wondering, it is official as of last night. I created 2 polls.
Oh, 2 guys, check it out.
On your favorite playthroughs.
Will it let me change priority in the middle? Because I go to general settings, and it says process priority I can set to high or above normal.
Switch it to high and see if that'll help.
Okay, let's try this.
But obviously we have until next Tuesday
I'm gonna try
for you
to
guys
see
to
if I can
vote. So a
find
little under a
what
week
I watched.
left for you guys to
right.
vote. Please do.
I just switched that, so we'll see if that makes any
and
difference.
that's going to be fun to see.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, all right? it's going to be
Because
very
that's something you
different
can do without
than
having to
my game of
restart.
the year
So
pick.
that'll
Yeah.
be good.
People like things differently than I do. You know, just because I thought a game was great.
What?
No
way.
Oh my god. People like different things?
God.
So, very curious to see how different and unaligned.
Curious.
Or how
By the way,
Adorable.
as somebody who's been training in Street Fighter 6, I think I can say that training because I have like, what do I have? Like,
So, that's coming up
8
Training.
hours?
next week.
Yeah, 8 hours in
Okay.
Street Fighter 6, so I'm putting in the work.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll get there when we
Good.
get there,
His
right?
his
And then for the rest of the month, it's gonna be Baldur's
like
Gate
all of
3,
his
Resident Evil
excuses,
0, Sea of
like I knew they
Stars,
were
a little bit of
bullshit,
Street
but
Fighter,
now I can
and
officially
then
declare their bullshit
we'll
because
see
I
what we
have
time
like
for
evidence of
stream,
that.
'cause we'll probably have 1 or 2
As somebody
weeks
who's
left before
trying.
the
Yeah.
releases.
Like it's
What do you
just
wanna do?
That's what Snood
We could have
does.
Yeah, it's really
some
pitiful,
random stuff. We
honestly.
could have some special events. We could
It's
do a
pathetic.
mini game,
Yeah.
It's really bad.
tossed out some
like when he
mini
says he
games,
drops
we'll
inputs.
figure it
I'm
out
like,
to
I
balance
watched
the
a
stars
Justin
on
Wong
each.
video.
Okay?
About getting
All right.
better at
So
stuff,
that's that.
and
Now, a
he's
couple
like,
quick things to talk
if you
about.
put in the
People
input,
are
it
wondering,
will
someone
work.
just
You
literally
just
just
have
asked,
to be
so did he
confident with
beat,
it.
Right.
Like a Dragon Gaiden last night, how did it go? I did beat it last night. I stayed late to do it
Okay, and I found
by about an extra
found
half
the
hour
video
to 40
finally.
minutes. I'll just say this because I don't want to spoil the ending. I did not do any more
This is
Coliseum.
what I
Basically, I
watched.
had my fill after doing 3-4 hours of the Coliseum.
You
I
had
was
yourself.
like,
You had your
this is
fill.
ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's too much of a grind. It's too much of a time waste. I just want to see how the game
Oh,
ends.
fantastic! Thank
So
you.
we did, and it was great. A great ending. But I'll tell you this: I was massively over leveled for the ending, and I'm playing it. I'm
Oh.
like, how is it that I'm literally destroying the ending of this game?
Is he complaining
Why
about
did
being
they
over
not
leveled?
level up even
yeah,
more
yeah,
to
I
finish the
think
Coliseum?
so.
How did it even make sense? So
Also,
basically, as
I'll
I
be right
described
back real quick.
already,
Okie doke.
when they made this game, you can tell the different groups of the dev team worked on different parts. One group worked on the Coliseum, one group worked on the story, and they never, the creative director
a
of the
very
game,
weird,
never made
like
sure.
assumption. How
that
does
the
he even
two
know
were in
that?
line.
How would he know
That
that?
Coliseum requires you to do way too much grinding and leveling to the point where you're so overpowered.
By the way, guys,
you
if
don't
that
need it for
helped the
story,
stream at
and
all,
just-
feel free to
just
let me know.
steamroll
If
the
it
rest of
didn't,
the
no
story.
worries. I'll
It
still
doesn't
work
make
on
sense.
getting
Like,
laggy
why is
stuff
it not
fixed.
in line? If anything,
I appreciate
when
you
you're doing
being
the
patient,
Coliseum,
though.
It should reward you to make the story easier, but not to the point where now you like fart and you kill entire groups of enemies. Like literally, that's what it was.
Oh,
I was
nice,
just
Phil. Go
completely
straight to
steamrolling the end
scat.
of the game. Like the combat was a joke. Because some people were like, "Oh, it's gonna take you 2-3 hours to beat," and it took me 90 minutes. And they're like, "Oh, it's because every fight, like you just destroyed everyone with 2 hits." Like, yeah, because the Coliseum overleveled me. It was ridiculous. I don't understand why they didn't balance it. It just doesn't seem to make much sense.
Well,
right?
you spent time in the Coliseum, so it's not really
Anyway,
that surprising.
the ending was very emotional. I'm super happy that I played this game because this is a perfect bridge between Yakuza 7, or Like a Dragon, and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which we're playing in 3 weeks. If I didn't play this, this is a integral, important part of the story that would have been missed. Do you see? So I'm excited for Like a Dragon.
Does
Infinite
not
Wealth
make the
now.
gameplay
I'm
any more
yes.
worth
coming out later this
it.
month.
Welcome
And
back.
I'm happy that I played Like
Thank
a
you.
Dragon to bridge the two. And I want
Basically, all you missed was
Please
him
check it out.
talking
It's
about
really
how,
good.
because he spent all this
Incredibly
time in the
emotional and
Coliseum, he got
important without any
over-leveled for the
spoilers
end
at
game,
all. It
but blamed
totally
the game
is
developers
worth the
for
journey. Let's
that.
put it that way. The 30+ hour
course.
journey.
Yeah,
I took
'cause that
to
makes
get there was
sense.
totally worth it. All right.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's like
Yeah,
you
so, yeah,
spend time in
finish
an
that,
optional
which is
area
great.
in an RPG,
It prepares us for the game to
and you
come.
think it,
Okay.
you think getting overpowered is the dev's
So I
fault.
talked. Let me think. I'm trying to check off
Yeah,
in my head
that's
all the things I need
ridiculous.
to talk about before we got to the topic at hand. So I talked about.
But he's the
new
RPG
goals
guy.
Again.
For your favorite playthroughs of the year, I
And?
talked about the adjourning of, or the conclusion of Like a Dragon Gaiden. I feel like there's one other thing that I wanted to talk about that
Oh my god,
I'm
Phil.
forgetting right.
Interesting. I
And
still
hope
see
that I
some
don't
buffering here and
completely
there,
forget about it
but
once I start talking
it
about
might be
the
stuff you have
topic.
to do
Okay.
offline.
Okie dokie. I will.
It's all good.
I guess that's
All good.
If anything else
I'll
comes
try to
mind,
find
I'm
some
sure
videos
I'll think of
about
it, but for now,
buffering
I
and
think
stuff.
we've kind
Cool.
of covered.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at 563
All right.
watching right now.
Oh, that's right. One other thing.
That's crazy.
For some
he knows.
reason, okay,
He does.
I am not
For
getting
some
all
odd
the tick
reason.
notifications
This is
for
smug
when
side
you guys
Phil.
Oh.
are contributing,
Oh, no.
and I want to apologize. This is the second day in a row now that it's affecting me. So 2
So what
days
if,
ago,
like,
I'm playing
he's
Baldur's
like-
Gate 3. And
I'm
we're in the
not,
midst
I'm
of the
not getting
Goblin
tip
Camp,
animations,
doing these
so if
big
you'll send a
fights or
super
whatever.
chat to let me know I got a
5
tip,
minutes until the end of the
great.
game, and someone says,
Does
"So,
1
I
minute
sent you a
man
big
wanna
tip
jump in
like
real
an
quick?
hour ago, and you never shouted it out. Did you get it?" And I was like, "Oh no, really?" So I went and I checked, and it was there, but I never got a notification for it. So obviously I felt awful.
yes.
Dudes in the chat,
because This is
sheesh.
someone who should have not only gotten credit
Sheesh.
for their contribution, but we should have had like a reward.
PayPal
here,
owes
rewarded
hat
and
time.
everything, and we didn't get it. So yesterday I'm streaming Resident Evil 0.
Does.
All these
Totally
contributions
does.
are coming in, and I'm shouting them all out.
Tips
And
are
like
very
an hour
important,
later,
says
someone
Ryan
says,
Wilson.
Phil, did you get my tip an hour ago? You never shouted
They
it out.
are.
Yeah.
They're just
It's
liquidity.
not-
Yeah,
No,
DVS says that's
don't check
reasonable.
it.
Tips are
Here.
important to running a successful business.
Why am I getting
That's right.
90% of the notifications?
That's
and
how
not all of
detractor
them?
beam
I have
works,
no
is
idea.
tips.
It certainly
Yeah.
sounds like an issue with PayPal because
Liquidity
I
of a
checked my
business,
emails,
man.
and there's nothing wrong. There's no spam filter. They're not going to like a junk filter or anything. I'm just not getting the emails. So it sounds like there's some kind of a weird disconnect.
Oh my god.
Mr. Plow says we
With
owe
PayPal, and I yeah, well, this has happened before.
He says we owed 11 bubble times.
This has now been going on for like a week.
That's right.
Where every day people are
That's
like,
right.
"Damn,
He's been getting
I've
so
down
mad about
my-
the bubbles
my
lately.
contribution. I wonder what happened.
He
Trust
hasn't
me,
blown
guys, it's not
bubbles in a
because I'm not
while, has
grateful.
he?
It's not because
No,
I
he
don't
did
wanna
the
talk
other
about,
day
you know,
because
whatever
people
we're
were
talking
pestering him
because I
about
don't
it. And I'm
know.
like, dude, if you don't
So
want to do
Ah.
the bubbles,
if you tip me
you could just not.
and I don't shout it out within say 15 20
Right.
minutes, definitely let me know in the chat, tag me and say, "Hey Phil, just so you know I tipped and you didn't get it." Now here's the thing. This really applies to regular.
Here's the thing.
Because some people sadly are trolls. They come in here
Oh
and
my
they'll
God.
do that.
Some
shit all the
people
time.
are trolls,
They're like,
dude.
I tipped, and of course they didn't. They're full of shit. You know, they're just trying to derail the chat. So
Oh,
if any, you know,
okay.
random person
Okay.
comes in here and
All
starts
right.
spamming the
Yeah.
chat, I'm not going to pay attention to them. But for those of you who are regulars here, especially
If you're
today,
Derek,
Father's
you
Day,
can do
there's a
that.
Regular crowd that
Oh
comes by
yeah,
and
Derek,
tries to
dude, Derek has
support
full
it.
immunity.
If you notice I'm not shouting out your contribution,
kind of amazing.
please let me know.
It's
I
it's
want
really impressive,
to
honestly.
definitely give you credit and attention and
Teach me,
gratitude.
young Derek.
Pay someone to
for
read it for
my content.
you.
This is my bread and butter. Like, that's how I make my living.
Yeah.
Bit
Or
W
my
awesome says.
contributions.
Right.
And I don't want it to sound like I'm not grateful because I'm not shouting it out, you know. And
I'm not
before some people said,
grateful.
"Oh, why
When
don't
have
you
you
have everything
ever been
automated?"
grateful?
Number one, I can't. Okay. Basically through nonsensical trolling years ago. This was like many years ago. You know, when people were basically
Okay.
doing when people were basically doing a lot of nonsensical negative campaigns against me on the
Stop
internet.
saying
Remember,
nonsensical,
years ago, I got
please,
kicked out of the
please.
partner program and stuff like that.
In order
They
to,
did the same
to
thing
imply
everywhere.
it's
They did the
nonsensical,
same
it
thing
kind
to
of like
brands,
objectively
like
has to
shirts. They
be.
did the same thing to every service
Yeah.
out there. And basically what it is, they made literally they made a pack
Pity segment.
of toxic stuff that I said 14 years ago. You know, my original YouTube
Well-
stuff from back in the day.
Okay,
where I would say
just
things
because you
that
said
were
it a long time
considered
ago
today
doesn't
as
mean
either racist or
you
bigoted
can't
or
be faulted
sexist,
for
you
it.
know. And they took
Yeah.
the worst of the worst and made a package of it and just sent it everywhere.
Like,
Oh,
I,
this is
like,
the
did
person
you hear
who
the
got
thing
me
yesterday?
this.
Somebody asked if he thought he
Over a
would
decade.
ever
Oh,
get
I don't do
canceled,
that stuff
and he
anymore.
goes, "No."
Yeah, and he was like, "No, it would have happened by now." Well,
Well, it depends
It could
on
still happen.
It depends on what you say, Phil. Because I mean, at
Right.
one point you told somebody the other day that
that's
their
the
life
thing,
meant
right?
nothing. So
in regards to having automated
And
pop-ups and automated tracking.
I
and things
think
like
he
tips
sort
and
of just
stuff.
skated
I can't
under the
even use it.
line
I have to manually do it,
of, like, the
which
shit
is
he
fine,
says
by
that
the way.
is
I'm okay with
cancelable,
manually
so-
doing it, 'cause that
I don't-
ensures
he's just gotten
that
lucky,
I am
or
giving
he's, like,
credit where credit is due, and
smart
every
somehow.
contribution gets shouted out.
Yeah,
I'm not some ginormous
he's
leader
like-
who's getting
he's like the
5,000
epitome of, like,
contributions an hour,
skating on thin
and I can't
ice.
shout them out,
Like,
you know, with the level
he's
of
just
that
been
I
doing
have
it
and the
so
stature that
long,
I
and
have,
somehow
I'm totally good.
somehow
manually
he
shouting
hasn't
out
been,
every
which I
contribution that
just
comes in, and in fact,
it's
I
crazy.
want to do
Yeah.
it that way.
Like, I'm not
So
like
that's why there's
necessarily a
automation
huge advocate for
available,
cancel culture, but there's some like there's some people that you
with
kind of have to agree,
this
like,
kind of
okay,
stuff.
like this person
I just
doesn't
have to
really
do manually.
need, like, this person's bad enough. They don't
Bookworm
really
says,
need.
"I still want. I did nothing
platform,
wrong.
you
Coffee
know?
mug." You do realize,
Yeah,
Bookworm,
yeah,
that's literally
absolutely.
not what I just said, right? Like, I admitted I did stuff wrong in the past. I totally admit that. I 100%.
Like last,
telling you,
was it 2
in my
summers
past,
ago
I
when
did
he
these
did
things
the
because
watch out there's a
the
black
internet was
lady
very different. It was kind of the Wild
clip.
West.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no crowd.
Black
no
woman.
managing
About that.
agenda,
Boom.
there was no cancel culture
That Dead
back then.
Rising 2
And
playthrough
people
was
wanted that kind of
atrociously
content.
racist.
Literally, the audience on
It was really,
YouTube
really bad.
wanted
It
that
was.
content. That's what they were looking for. That's how
Like
I feel
like when
popular
there was
guys,
a
reverend
black guy
who
that came
say
on screen
anything.
and he's like, "Oh my God, he's got a gun!"
Right.
They all do, and I'm
But
like,
now,
"Whoa,
today, I'm different.
whoa, Phil,
Um,
hold up now."
you know, but I fessed up to my mistakes of the past, and that's why I think it's unfair that I get judged.
Just saying I made
2023.
mistakes doesn't.
I guess now in 2024 for things I did 15 years ago, as if that's something I did.
Yeah, but you have to
You know what I mean?
change
A
in order to be
completely different guy. I don't do
forgiven.
that stuff
Like,
anymore. I've changed everything.
you didn't change really, ever.
No. No, you didn't.
There you go. Double M says, I saw your Revelations 1 playthrough. That was over a decade ago, right? It's filled with
That was a
edgy
good
teenage
roast.
humor
Okay.
about girls' bodies. I'm glad you've changed. See? And that was constant. Like, I was
What?
known as the
What
guy
are you
who
talking
always
about?
made these, like, cringe-worthy sexual
I saw
references,
Revelations 1 playthrough.
and now I never do.
Okay, that is
So
exactly what he
completely opposite,
said.
right?
That's weird.
Oh.
There you go. No, Bookworm, I'm not saying... No, don't worry about that. No worries, all right? So there you go.
No worries, man. Fuck.
Okay.
I did think it was funny the other day when he
so-
said he was hoping to go into their 15 years.
Ah, my nose. Hold on. Itchy to something.
Oh my god.
We're gonna
I
get to
was
the
like,
topic at
no.
hand, but
Did he?
Before we get to the topic at hand,
Yeah, he's like, here's
All
to
right.
another
I just wanna
10
say thank
years,
you
or
to
maybe
everyone.
even another 15 years.
I appreciate you all. We're gonna now get into the topic everyone's been wanting to
Oh my
hear.
god.
I know. I believe Ponage
Let's
said why don't
go.
you do shout outs before we
Let's
get to
do
the
it.
topic.
We're here
Literally,
for it.
I have one tip so far. That's it. There's nothing really to shout out. So I think we'll get into the topic
Phil,
now.
tips
that
are for
everyone
end
wants
of
to hear
Give me
stream.
more money
about,
and then
Then
maybe.
we'll get to shout outs and Q&A after that. All right? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. Because the rumors have already hit the internet. There's already rumblings.
Yo,
There's
it's
already
the
Well, it's
information
not,
out there.
I don't know if it's
So
it's
I'm
not
here to
rumors.
basically
Mike officially
clarify
said
everything,
it.
to clear the air and to let you know exactly
Yeah, it's not
what is
rumors.
going on.
I guess
Alright?
now it won't be rumors because he's gonna say
Last
it.
year
True.
was a very drama-filled, nonsensical year for me.
We don't care about
Against
last year.
my
Just
will
say
and against
it.
my wishes, correct?
Against
I didn't
his
know
will?
What?
Last year, there was a lot
Did
of
they force
very
you to
negative
lie?
talk about me on the internet, in some cases from really big YouTubers, right? Now, in some cases, being very transparent here, when I got
Agreed,
criticized
BG.
by Moist Critical, and he was like, dude, I can't believe
We're
he's
going
saying
back to
the things
Moist
he's saying
Critical?
on his streams to his viewers about income and
God.
stuff like that. It seems very,
boy.
disrespectful. He doesn't seem like he has any gratitude. You can't say that kind of stuff. That resonated with me. It struck a chord, correct?
Okay.
And I agreed with him after watching
So
myself
it's
back.
still haunting
This is
him.
from like the fall of 2022, okay? After watching myself back, that stuff, I was
Alright.
like, he's right. He's absolutely right. I
You still do it,
sometimes
though.
get so full of emotion, whether it's fear,
Full of
you know,
emotion?
because of finances
Is it
and
shit?
stuff like that, or it could be many
What
different
emotion?
things. Anger when I'm playing Street Fighter,
Yeah.
all these things. Whenever I get full of emotion,
the hell?
I tend to just go off the cuff and say things that I probably should not publicly say, right?
So it sounds like you need anger management.
And I
then.
should be called out for it, rightfully.
Yeah.
However, I felt that at that point, there were too many people who had only heard the negative and had no idea about the positive about me.
Yeah, but you're
You know,
only
obviously,
negatives.
If I'm here after 15
Oh,
years,
dude, there's
and
a
I
lot
have
of dick
community
suckers in
watches
chat
me
today,
every day,
Jesus.
likes my content.
We got Grinch who says,
Doing
I will be
something right,
100% honest.
right? I wouldn't
I have
so
seen
be
your videos for the
if I
last few
wasn't
years, and I
doing something right.
appreciate the
People
new
who are here
Phil.
for a good, positive reason.
Ugh.
And I felt like it
Don't
wasn't
do
fair
that.
because these
Yeah,
big
don't
YouTubers
inflate
who
him.
name drop me never examined
No.
that half of it. They only examine the negative because that's what gets thrown in their face by the toxicity of YouTube. That's how YouTube
No,
works.
you are. It's
Promote the
negative.
toxic, push the negative forward, right?
There wouldn't be videos
And so
every day
I
if there
said,
wasn't
if you're
something to
gonna talk
cover.
bad about me,
Right.
why not interview me? Correct?
People
Why not
ask.
just
We're
talk
going to go to
me
the side
directly?
scrollers.
'Cause
That's
if-
what
I
he's going to
felt
talk
like
about
if
now.
someone would just have a conversation
Ugh.
with me to see that I'm a real guy. I'm not just some
I thought we were
asshole
getting
who you see the negative highlights
to
of,
the
but I'm actually just a
meat.
real person.
Yeah, we're
Perhaps
getting a
you
really
treat
long
people
backstory,
different, all right?
unfortunately.
So I presented
Yeah,
that
he went back
to the
2
internet.
years.
And basically,
Cool.
the only people
Yeah,
who
BG,
contacted me were
I
drama
agree.
brokers
Like, if he
and
didn't
people
talk
who
about
were
every
looking to
problem in
boost
his
their own
life,
presence on YouTube.
people,
You
a
know,
lot of
it
hate would
wasn't
go
like
away.
a Moist Critical who reached out
Yeah,
to
he
me and
talks
said,
about
"Yeah,
not
let's do
sharing
an
his
interview."
real life,
It was
but he
like,
shares
Review
everything
Tech
except
USA,
for showing
you know,
it.
Oh, let's do an
Mhm.
interview. No. You already every day name
He'll
drop
tell
me
you about
because
it, but he
don't
won't
make
show
your own
you.
content.
Mhm.
You just
Which makes
make
it worse.
drama, and you name drop me for drama purposes. You have no content of your own. I'm not going to give you more free content. You're out of your mind. You see, I wanted to have a real conversation with someone, and it didn't happen. Right? So then, fast forward to March, and what happened was completely unrelated to anything in that realm of discussion. Okay. Side Scrollers was a new podcast that was relaunching on the internet. It was a podcast that was run by Stuttering Craig, someone who in the past, over a decade ago, I had great dealings with. I would go to a convention as a guest when I was at the height of my YouTube popularity.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate
And
it.
it was his convention. He had me there as a guest. Before then, I'd actually hung out with this guy.
Apparently lowering the bit rate will also help.
I was a fan of their website 15 years ago, screwtack.com and stuff like that.
No, I
So
I
he
lowered
had
it down
reached
to
out
like
to
3,500,
me
4,000.
and said, "Hey, I know we haven't talked in
Okay,
years,
I
but
think
we're
I can
looking
do
for
that real
guests
time.
for our show." And I
Okay.
said,
Should I
"I'll be
try
a guest.
4,000?
Why not?" And I saw their show, and their show was
Yeah.
a variety
Okay.
show. Well, their show was a variety show
Because Phil streams at
where they would talk
12,000.
about
So.
games and news. Now it's not anymore. Now they've actually used
All right,
my
we'll see if that
interview
helps.
as a platform to change
Okay.
their show and get
I just
popularity.
applied
We'll
it.
talk about that later. So basically,
Okay.
I said, I'll be a guest on your show, but then they
See,
completely
hopefully that
changed the
works.
deal. The deal was originally, I'm just going to be a guest. We'll
That'll
talk
be
about
good.
variety
I'm
topics.
gonna
It'll be a fun
watch for a
show.
second,
Then it
see.
becomes, oh, well, what we want to do is we want to be the exclusive place for you to finally get that interview that you've always wanted. Well, I didn't really always want an interview. I only wanted
That's
the
not
interview
true.
because people were talking so negatively about me, right?
No.
So I was promised that this was going to be a
No.
No.
He had a
where I was going
dream.
to say my piece about all this stuff that people say about
You had
me
a
over
dream,
the
and
years.
it was a
And
fair
then after the
interview. You're just a
basically,
liar.
I was
Yeah.
going to get to be a guest on the show. That I needed to get through this interview first, but once I did, I could be a guest, and it would be just like everyone else who'd been on the show. At that point, for over a month, people had been guests on the show. No one else had to go through an interview.
Okay, still
just
saw
me,
some.
Okay? So I do this interview. Okay? I get
Wasn't
paid
as
nothing
bad.
for this
Alright.
interview, for the record.
See.
It's
Yeah,
just me
you-
giving
what?
them over
Okay.
5 hours of my time. Come to find out, was this a fair interview? No. All they had
Yes,
done
it
was talk
was.
to all of my haters and detractors.
It was very
for, like,
fair,
weeks.
actually.
Got all of
It
their
was more
negative
fair
side
than
of
what
the
he
story.
deserved, that's for
Literally
sure.
never spoke to a
Mm-hmm.
single person about the positive side of things. All they did was
What is
research negative shit about me.
positive though?
And so they went into the interview
No.
with the
Oh
mindset
my
that
God.
they wanted to get me to confess to all these heinous things that I had done over the years. Wow, that's a great way to approach an interview. isn't
What?
it?
Well,
They
yeah.
lied and told everyone that the next day after the interview they were going to have
No.
a decompression show where they play games.
They
and then
did,
They were going to have
though.
a follow-up interview with me later.
Yeah.
None of that happened. After the
But
You
then-
just
instead they did.
It didn't happen because he didn't let it
For a
happen.
whole day they just crapped on it
Right.
and made all negative references and took in a ton of money, thousands of dollars.
Yep, there it is.
Thousands.
Now,
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
why you're
reason.
mad.
They continued to milk this for weeks on end and months. It was months later. Stuttering Craig was trying to get me on the show or get onto my content. He wanted to play Street Fighter 6 with me. This guy would not
Well,
stop.
you said you wanted to
He saw
come
me as a
back,
big
so-
cash cow, and he wanted to keep riding those coattails.
Yeah.
Now, since that show, all right,
They,
they have
but the-
basically gotten some notoriety
It's
in the
fine.
conservative political community, which is hilarious because when they started the show, they always said there was not going to be about politics.
Right.
Now the only attention they get is when they talk about politics, and they've turned it into a right-wing political show. That's their show now.
well,
Well,
I
all
mean, yeah,
bolstered
that's
by when I
true.
was on it. And
But-
by
To
the
some
way, my
to some
interview
extent,
continues to
I feel
be
like
the
Melanie
most
Mack
watched
has a
thing
lot
they've
to
ever
do with
done.
that.
The
honestly,
funny part about
Yeah.
it is the interview never actually
she's
did
a
Nuts, man.
dude. I
in the
can't
realm of
stand
what I
her.
wanted. The whole
She reminds me
point
of
the
my
interview I wanted to
ex-fiance
do was
in
that
not a good
people
way.
who don't know about me can watch the interview,
Like,
learn,
ugh.
and then there's no
I
questions
cringe
anymore
seeing
about
it.
that stuff. In the end, all that
Stream
interview
is still
ever
very
did
laggy.
was
Yeah.
went around my detractor circle.
Okay.
That's it.
Should I try
It didn't
lowering
actually
it
go
again?
mainstream. No one really cared about that interview outside of the detractors. So,
Maybe,
it didn't
and then
really
also,
get to serve the purpose.
yeah, we
but I'll
could
say this, at the very least,
run it as
basically all the
administrator
bullshit
if you
about
set the
those
priority to
negative things,
high.
those questions, those accusations,
I did set the
it all went
priority
away.
to high.
If you
Let me
don't notice,
try
no one really
that
comes on my
bit
stream and
rate.
talks about it anymore because I've already said my piece and I'm not wasting time anymore with that shit. I'm done with it. I told you guys I'm done with those topics. We're done with it, right?
He's done with it.
So, after that, I made it my philosophy
the
to
stream's
stay
way
out of
behind us,
drama.
too.
And I said, I'm not going to be doing any interviews. I'm not going to be doing any kind of anything with anyone. Even though people did reach out to me, oh, I want to interview Phil and this or that. Even, what's his name? Mudahar or whatever. He reached out to me.
Mudahar.
What's his name?
$5,000 for an interview. And I said, I don't want your
You
money.
know his name.
I'll do an interview, but we're not talking about this drama. I've already addressed it. All the conspiracies are just that. I'm not wasting
Okay.
my time. If you want to have an intelligent
I just
discussion
suggested
about interesting
it,
topics,
so
I'll do
we'll
it.
see if
The
that
moment
does
you bring up
anything.
drama, I'm
Okay.
gone. And then he ghosted me and never contacted me ever again. Because all these people want is drama. They don't actually want to talk about facts like fucking mature adults. All they want is milk drama so they can make money on YouTube. They're all fucking greedy.
No, Phil.
So anyway, I stayed out of it. Completely, 100%. And I didn't address any more of this bullshit for the rest of
That's not
2022,
true.
and things went smoothly. However,
Oh my
there
God.
were still people who
Oh
tried
my
to pull
God.
me in.
Oh
right?
my
These idiots trying to
God.
get me to go on a fucking podcast that I was never involved in whatsoever, and they lied about that and tried to make shit up and talking shit about me.
Okay.
People making documentaries about me, right? Which is hilarious. The whole term documentary is hilarious because if all you do is research shit that's already on the internet,
Clean up
and you
your browser.
regurgitate it into a 2-hour video, and all you do is add a little bit of commentary, that's not a documentary.
What?
You've done, everyone else did work for you. All you did was regurgitate the toxicity and the conspiracy.
Oh my
You
God,
added
stop saying
really
things so
nothing besides a
stupid.
little bit of commentary
Dude,
on
you
top.
wouldn't let
That's not
anybody
a
interview
documentary.
you.
It doesn't even add anything. All it does is kind of summarize all the negative shit people have said.
No, it summarizes your life.
With all that going on, right? People come, oh,
Yeah,
we
it really does.
With the
This
guys
is
in the
sad.
documentary and this or that. And ultimately I said, no, I'm not doing any of that, right? I'm staying out. And the
still
funny
fucking
part is,
buffering. What the hell?
someone actually asked me a question last year, and it resonated with me. They said, you know, Phil, all these people on the internet are constantly talking negatively about you. Any of these people, do they
You're
ever
a pretty
actually, like,
negative
reach
guy,
out to you
so
and
that's
talk to
probably
you?
why.
Right? Did they ever go to you for information or to get your side of the story or whatever? And I answered very honestly, no, not once. In all this time, 15 years I've been on YouTube and all the negative videos and the documentaries and everything done, not once has anyone ever made a legit effort.
I know that Discord sort of takes up a lot of
side of anything.
bandwidth sometimes
Instead,
too. That might
it's
not be
always,
helping.
We believe all the toxic shit
wouldn't
and just report
surprise
the
me.
toxic shit, and that's it.
see.
Yeah.
Even the side scrollers
there
interview,
anything
which
I can
at
do on
first
that
seemed like
end?
it was going to be neutral, was
I don't
revealed to
think
be
so.
an
I
actual
don't know. I don't
get
know.
me to basically fess up to shit I didn't
really
do
don't know.
for their own purposes. They wanted to be the group to, oh my god, look, we did it. We got Dark Side Phil to spill the beans on everything, and now
Got
we
him
can
to
be
spill
notable because of
beans.
it, and it didn't work.
Oh,
It's not, the shit they were trying to get me to do
beans.
wasn't good to begin with, so obviously it never was going to work.
Jesus.
These people were fucked up, all right?
Oh yeah, dude, they were
Yeah.
terrible.
So basically,
Mike
I
is
stayed
definitely.
out
I don't
of
know.
all of it.
He's sucking
All
his dick
year.
a little bit,
But-
He
but
really is.
all right?
I think he has
Always in
to.
the back of my head, I'm always wondering.
And I think he
told
is
you guys
very
this
neutral
too.
at this
I
point,
don't
'cause he
think
doesn't
anyone's
know
ever gonna
anything
give
about
me a
Phil.
fair shake on the internet. I just don't.
No, he
think.
has
It seems
no
like
idea.
Everyone is out for the drama.
And maybe
Everyone's
he
out
is
for
like a
personal
genuine
gain.
good
What's
person who
better?
tries to
completely
show
spin
everyone's
something
side
in a
like he did
way
with
that
Boogie.
makes me
And
look
it just
horrible
came off
for
badly
clickbait
with
views that
Boogie
will benefit
because
you,
Boogie's a bad
or
guy.
to actually show me in a fair light. I'm not even saying show me in a positive light. I'm saying show me in a fair
That's
light.
what you are saying.
to
You're saying
actually
show
have
me
That
in
is-
a positive
another
light.
side
Yeah,
of
I was gonna say
to see what
100%.
it's
That's all he
actually like
wants.
From my
That's what you
perspective,
want.
to go through this, to live through all of this slander and
Okay, I don't
want
want to jinx anything, but
years,
it
to
has
just be a guy
not
trying to get
buffered
by
in
with
a
my
minute.
community
We'll
and
see.
having a good time,
Okay.
ignoring all the
I
bullshit,
just cleared
and
cache,
then having to
so
hear that
we'll see if
constantly
that
this stuff
does
is
anything
going
to
on
it. Okay.
outside, right?
Okay.
So
Snort.
basically, all right, I got
BG.
contacted
No, he's
by
sucking
someone
Mike's
who
DICK.
is a neutral party. Someone
Yeah.
who does not stand to benefit by actually portraying me in an incredibly
Okay.
negative way, because
But you're a
it
negative
wouldn't-
person. What do you
basically, let me put it this
expect?
way.
Like
If you're someone
toxicity
who
just
wants
comes
to
with
actually
you.
make real content, if you're not someone who's a drama hound, if you're not someone who
In the
is
DSP doc,
uh,
hope
again
there's a
keen
phone
star,
segment.
okay,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
your
Yes,
content
yes.
based on making someone look bad.
Go.
Correct. If you're someone who actually wants to make legit content,
I
then
think
you actually
because of the
have to be
buffering, they're
fair.
probably a
Because
few
the
minutes
moment that you're
behind
not,
us,
who
Okay.
even
else
though
would
you've
ever
got
wanna work with
lower
you again,
latency.
right? If you portray someone in an unfair way that makes them look awful,
paying attention,
then no
though,
one
it
else is ever gonna
seems
wanna work with you
okay.
either.
Okay.
You understand? It has to be someone
I
who
appreciate the
Right.
help.
you're actually being
Yeah.
fair to the subject matter.
This
All
is this sounds exactly like what he
So,
said before side scroll.
Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I was
it does.
contacted by
But I
Mike
think-
Plum, who recently
I
did
think
a
it'll be
documentary
different
on Boogie.
now.
Before everyone freaks out about this, because I know a lot of people saw the Boogie documentary and were like, wow, that documentary
Okay,
was
I
not
think-
positive. That
I think you're in the
documentary
clear
was
for
very
now.
negative. It shows all the weaknesses of Boogie, all his shortcomings, the fact
I
that he
hope.
basically
I'm
pissed his life
superstitious,
away,
so I
all
probably
his
just
money
fucked it
away,
up.
that he's a toxic guy who falls into drama and he has all these issues. You're right. But that's what they wanted to do with that documentary. You understand?
What?
That's
What?
actually
No, it's different.
what they
What?
wanted to
What are you
portray
talking
in that
about?
documentary. That was the whole point.
Oh shit! Mike
To
Club
show
responded
that
to
side
me.
of his life,
Oh.
which I guess they felt had never been
Fuck
really
yeah,
revealed
dude!
before.
Oh my god! I don't know what to do with myself.
That's
Oh.
exactly
Take a
what
moment,
what they were
breathe.
going for, okay?
That's
I was
awesome.
contacted by Mike, and he says basically this is fascinating.
I'm very
There's people out
curious
there who
what-
wanna
Oh my
see a
God.
documentary
was-
about
what
you,
he ended up
But
saying.
he didn't know that much about me. Okay, so by the way, and just for the record, this was months ago. This was not yesterday. This was months ago. Okay, where we actually began talking behind the scenes about stuff like this, and basically through a series of conversations, okay, that I had with this guy, as I explained my story to him. He was basically like, so this is completely different from Boogie. Yeah, it's not even close. My life is nothing like his. I'm not in the
You
situation.
can be a lolcow and have a totally different story.
My opinion, and this is my opinion, and other people can disagree. I feel like in my position,
I'm
is
very
much
excited
better
right now.
position.
I'm so excited
Than him.
to see what
You know what I mean?
What he said.
Like him, he's in horrible health.
Yeah.
Financially, he's
Oh my God.
distraught. He
I'm
can't
gonna add him
make
on
ends
Discord.
meet.
Yay.
He's desperate, which is why he's on things like this lolcow show where he's getting
Cool.
on his hands and knees and being mistreated by Keemstar to make money.
Should send him an invite to
a real
the tractor
desperate
beam.
way, right? That's
No.
very much.
I'm not gonna
Not
do
the
that. I don't
case.
think he wants to do that. Everybody will be like, Mike,
With
Mike,
me,
Mike, 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 Mike.
I have a
Yeah,
successful
that's
business.
a good point.
I enjoy coming to stream with you guys every day. I love what I do for a living. I'm making it happen, right? I'm getting out of a horrible financial position in my life, which happened already.
Well,
I'm climbing out of it. It's slow progress,
you're not
but
really
it's
getting out of
definitely
it.
progress, right? My story
No, you're not.
is basically that even though I've made all of these improvements,
Okay.
You know
over the
one thing though with the documentary,
and I am not
it was very
representative of what
financially
people make me
focused.
out to
Do you
be
think Michael took
anymore.
that same
Maybe
approach?
One day, 10, 15 years ago, I was really
I mean,
bad.
it's going
I was
to come
obstinate,
up.
I was stubborn. I was
And
stupid. I said and did
He
awful
might.
things,
I think he'll
right?
definitely cover
And
it,
I got
but maybe
away
in a
with
little
it,
bit of a different
basically.
way.
And now here we are 15
Yeah.
years later,
I could see that.
and I'm still able to run a business, albeit a much smaller scale business than what I used to do. But I'm still popular. I still have a fan base,
Well-
and people still talk about me, right?
They talk about
The
you.
problem
but
is constant misrepresentation. And you might say, well, I don't get it because you already have addressed everything. You're right. I have addressed all of the bullshit and nonsense out there.
Ooh, nice
However,
pick,
I
dude.
addressed it here,
Ugh.
right? And no one listens
Yeah,
to me
that's
when I say
gross.
it on my own content. No one. This is me talking to my audience who already, it's like what do they call, you're preaching to the choir? You guys already know the deal, right?
Okay.
The
there
fact
we go.
is, most people
Added.
don't.
Woo!
There's
Cool.
no central place you can go on the internet.
All right,
for
I
the
just
story of
asked
Dark
the
Side
chat how the
Hill.
buffering is,
It's
just since they're
this
so far behind
detractor
us.
content, this detractor
We'll see.
content, this documentary that's way outdated.
I
and
wanna
has
know
outdated
more about your
information.
conversations
This
with my
documentary that just regurgitates the detractor conspiracy theory.
Please!
There's literally nowhere you can go to say,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
talking about
Exactly,
Dark Side
BJ.
Hill. Why does
Exactly.
everyone
Yeah,
talk about
He gets
this
it.
Just
guy?
a
I don't get
timeline
it.
of
And
information.
get an actual answer that's fair.
It doesn't
and
always have
sense.
to have an interview
Okay.
attached to it.
And so, after having
Like, do you think true
It's
crime?
Better if that
to
person is
my-
there.
Yeah,
Alright.
like I just watched a
The
Gypsy
idea
Rose
that we came up
documentary,
with was
and
to do a
like,
documentary.
Oh yeah,
yeah, good
That's
documentary.
the first
They-
time ever,
it-
and
Is that the
so
Mommy
crazy.
Dead and
likely for the
Dearest?
last
Yes,
time ever.
yes.
yeah, that one's good.
Cover
It's
my
very good.
actual
Love
real
that one.
story.
It's like they didn't need to
Me
have an
growing up,
interview to
what it
cover
was
her
like,
story, but it was
right?
nice.
How I got into games.
Right, it was
You
very
know?
interesting.
What it was
We
like
don't-
when I was a
we
kid.
don't
Ask
care
my
how you
parents,
got into
know,
games.
What it was like raising Phil and stuff like
You got
that.
into games
right?
because you went to an arcade. That's
Going through the arcade
the
days,
long
going
and
through
the short of it.
Street
That's
Fighter
it.
Days, growing up in arcades and how it became this kind of,
I will say,
how do they
Right.
say?
I would
almost
love to
fraternity
hear from
culture.
his
And
parents.
shit talking was encouraged.
Oh, me too.
Right? And how that
Absolutely.
carried into my competitive Street Fighter career.
I mean,
in the
I told you
2000s,
about the
how
time I
it
talked to
became
Dave.
a
Dave was
part of
extremely
who I
nice
was
to
for a
talk
very
to.
long time.
So I feel like he would
Yeah.
definitely do it.
After having a back
Right.
injury and deciding
He
to quit
probably
competitive
would.
Street Fighter, how that turned into
Oh, don't bring up the
a
back
job
injury again.
becoming a
You
YouTuber,
can't.
right? And
You
how
can't keep
I
your story
somehow
straight with
got
that.
this popularity doing content on YouTube that not very many people were doing, right? The improv commentary style.
I agree,
and
Alistair. It's
basically
not
making it
slander if
popular,
there's evidence.
Right? I was the innovator
That's right.
of the video game playthrough back in the day.
Oh,
I was.
he is the
No, you
innovator.
weren't.
No,
Give
you
me
weren't,
credit
dude.
for that because they wanted, oh, it was this person or this person. I was the
Markiplier was
person who
more
made
of an
it
innovator than you
popular
were.
on YouTube.
Like,
Yeah.
And then everyone
fuck.
else decided
No,
to run
you
with
weren't.
it and change it up and do it differently.
Dude,
But
like,
I was
people
the
were
guy
talking
who
about
made that
PewDiePie
improv
at
commentary
work
style
when I
popular.
was young.
Alright?
Like, they were not talking
And-
about
yeah,
you.
him too.
After that, you know,
Mhm.
the
They were
entire
not.
story of how I became popular for a 2 or 3 year period. I was one of the top YouTubers, but then how this is how you don't play soured public opinion against me. How it
No.
turned the crowd against me and how that affected me. How these groups of detractors formed online social communities around hating on me.
It's
and how it
amazing.
changed everything. How they
Because
staged
you're
attacks
so
against me to
delusional.
ruin
Like,
the
we
business and
cover
how
you
I went on a
because
big
you've done.
decline
There's
as a result
something
of
wrong.
stagnation and
You
bad
haven't
news on
done
my
everything
part,
right,
but
man.
just as much their actions as
You're
well.
a mouth drilling idiot,
And
dude.
basically doing all of that in a way that, number one, covers
He
facts,
is.
but also is entertaining. Because ultimately, the last thing you want to
buffering
do is have a documentary
much
about
less.
someone.
By the way,
that's good.
Okay.
I decided. So
That
I had never
documentary
heard
is sad.
Howard Stern's voice.
I don't want to make a documentary
until
about
today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd never heard his voice
I don't
until
want
today
people
because I was
crying and having
listening
a sob story about
to
Dark
what
Side Phil.
Mike
My
said
life
about
is not
his
a sob
voice, how it
story.
sounds like a pitched
It's
up
interesting.
Howard Stern.
People have
It
said,
totally
"You ever
does.
write an
It does.
autobiography or
And
whatever."
that's where he got.
Maybe one day I would.
That's
but
where
I
he got
never
his
really
inspiration
thought
to be
about
who
that.
he
And
is.
then when I started
Yeah.
talking to
Howard
Mike,
Stern.
he's like, "No, your story is interesting. The more I hear, the more I'm hooked.
It is
I want to hear
interesting.
more.
I agree, dude. That's why we're here.
about you. You know,
Yeah.
about how this journey happened. Or whatever.
He is like
This is not.
he's an unreliable narrator. That's why we're all here.
A crying situation
Yeah, that's
about how
a
awful
really good
things
way to
are.
put
My
it.
life is not awful,
Yeah.
right? But it stands to reason that to actually have a fair documentary about me that covers everything, my whole history, not just the bullshit conspiracies.
Oh,
and
boy.
shit
Well, I
about
think
me.
you're
Not to
gonna
say
get
that
what
stuff
you
won't
want
be in it,
with
but
this.
to cover everything
Yeah.
fairly and again in an entertaining
He's gonna
manner.
get what
That's
he
really
wants,
the
which
key
is
here,
it's a
is
good
to make
thing for
something
all of
that you
us.
guys
We
wanna
want,
watch.
we
That's
just
not
want to
just
see.
for
We want
my
transparency,
haters.
and you want
It's
a
not
puff
just
piece.
for my fans. It's
Right.
actually
Right.
for an outsider as well.
We're gonna
Someone
get a
who's never
transparent
heard of
puff
me, but you
piece.
say, I hear the
Yeah.
new Dark Side Phil every once in a while. I wonder about this guy. What about, can I learn
Transparent
about
puff
him?
piece.
This is
I
the
would love if that was the
documentary
title of
you're
it.
this hour
Yeah.
or 2
My
hours,
God.
how long it ends up being. This is going to be your go-to piece of content to watch.
That's what he said about the side
man.
scrollers.
And you're going to watch it
Yeah.
and say, okay,
Let's go.
there you go.
It's
That's
freaking
what he's
another
about.
Super
And then
Bowl
you can
this year,
judge for
guys.
yourself.
Dude.
Hey, maybe
Last
you
year-
want to come by and check out my content.
I would love it if
Last
every
year-
year
You'll never
Phil
check me out,
decided
and
to
that's
do
okay
this
too,
at the
right?
beginning of the
But
year,
at the very
where he
least,
thinks somebody's going to give him a
really, it
fair
seems
shot,
to me
and he's going to get what he
Okay.
wants from it.
that this is the
Oh, it's-
only chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
we
the
have
only
to have
chance.
a neutral party be involved in making something.
Phil's
that
doctor should do a
actually is
search,
fair.
a job search section
That
with
Side Scrollers
see how the
interview was a
interviews.
complete
Yeah.
Yes.
him
Yes.
at getting me to look bad and getting me to confess to shit I didn't
Yeah.
do.
Oh, I wonder if
I didn't know
I
that
wonder
at
if
the
they
time.
would
I was
touch on a
promised all
job
these
thing. That would
things.
be
It was
interesting.
all lies, all bullshit.
It would
right?
be.
The whole thing was basically a front for them to propel themselves to popularity.
No,
which
it wasn't.
Yeah,
That's not true. You
but
fucking.
still,
you're-
you get it. Like
you come up with
something like
weirder
this is different.
conspiracies than I
And
do,
that's
man.
what I mean. Like,
Dude,
you
he
guys
called-
don't
he
understand
called
it, 'cause
Stuttering
most people
Craig
are
a
reacting
longtime
negatively,
friend.
and fair enough, and I understand
He did,
why.
yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
why.
It's because he's known who he was for a long time. It doesn't make you friends.
I've never gotten a fair shake before.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Right. Every single person is
Okay, buddy.
over. Whoever tried to do something.
I
right?
agree, BJ. It's nothing like Boogie, but it's still shit
that's
life.
the point. Now, here's the thing. Does this mean that
It's a
there's
bad
no
life.
one
It's all
going to
due
be
to
involved
shitty
negatively? Of
decisions.
course not. They're going to be
And
in
lies.
There. Everyone's going to be in this thing. I mean it.
Dude, it's
everyone.
everybody.
Is going to be in this damn thing. It's going to be entertaining for that very reason. But here's the thing. I get to respond to all the bullshit, right? When
With
you get one of
lies?
these
More
talking
lies?
head
I'm
idiots
so
on there
excited to
saying
hear more
something
lies.
about me, I get to talk back. It's not just them yelling at their audience
Fascinating.
and their audience saying, hey, yeah. Instead, I actually finally get to respond.
He really
to their
thinks that that's
bullshit,
what we're like,
you
huh?
see? And that's the point, is that
I
this is
think
my
so.
format to finally do it. I can respond to them.
Exactly, Alistair.
But if I respond to them
He's a
here,
menace online.
no one hears it. If I respond
Yeah.
to them in the documentary,
Big time.
now that same audience that just heard the toxicity gets to hear my response to it.
Yeah, they get to see the
And
bullshit
again,
right
I
away
want you to
instead of waiting
understand
for it.
something. This is not going
That's right.
to be
That's right.
Yeah.
ultra serious at all times. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a project that is
I think it's
have
gonna
a
be
lot of
fun,
content
too.
in it,
I'm
which
really
you're not seeing
excited.
from me.
I mean, dude,
Okay.
they took Boogie to
gonna
a
be
they
sitting
took
here
Boogie to an arcade
on
in
my
Taco
chair.
Bell. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Doing games and talking.
That's right.
What's the point? If literally the whole documentary was a bunch of shit about me and me just sitting here saying, well, here's the truth about that, here's the truth about that, that's boring. No one cares about that, right?
I kind of care about that.
So, that's going to be the difference here.
Yeah.
All right? And my goal is that when this thing comes out, okay,
Hopefully before summer.
when this thing comes out, I want it to be the final go-to source for people to learn about me and my story, and that's that. Because I don't want to hear any more bullshit from these people. Not to say that they're not going to continue, because they will. It will always continue. We know this.
As long as
These
you're
people
alive.
are so desperate
Yeah.
for content. When you have no talent, you have to milk others for content.
Oh yeah, oh
right?
yeah. When you
'Cause
have no talent.
nothing to
Oh,
milk
okay,
for
no
yourself,
talent, Phil.
so you have
Sure,
to
sure.
milk
How do you?
the world
No
over.
Is that
talent.
what you do on
Content
Sundays?
is
Is
not
you milk
way.
other people
They're
for
never
their
gonna go
content?
away.
Mhm.
But at the very
No
least,
talent
once
side,
this
Phil.
story is out, it's
Yeah,
done for me,
yeah.
and I can
Yeah.
actually move on positively. And say, if you want answers about anything of my past or anything, go watch the Mike Klum documentary and leave me alone, because I'm moving forward with my audience here, right?
Okay.
Will anything positive come out of it? I don't know. We'll see. But the thing is,
I
there's
will
so
say,
much toxicity and negativity about me on
his
the internet. I
response,
don't think it could hurt, right? Really,
or not his
honestly.
response, but
You guys are not
his
going anywhere.
take on
You
this
guys
is
are
very
here every day.
strange
You
to me.
understand me and who I am.
It's
the content
really
I put
odd.
out.
Yeah.
My core audience is going to be with me no matter what.
Because he was so
You know
against the
truth. I've
Boogie
already told the
documentary for so
stories,
long.
right? You're going to get, even you guys
Yeah.
are going to get
Yep.
some good stuff out of this documentary.
Yep,
Trust
he
me. There's going to
was.
be funny scenes. There's going to be information you've never heard before.
I
Oh,
really-
there's gonna be
You know
funny.
what I'm saying?
Oh, what are we doing? Project 7 number
There's
2?
gonna be interesting stuff.
I guess
all
so.
right? And again, I
Dude,
totally
what if he got
understand,
Mike to do a
because
Project
there's people
7
in the
bit?
chat right now who are like, I don't trust it. I think it's, you know.
I would
I
love
hear
that.
You. I understand, because we have, again, we as a community, and I've said this before, it's not just about me.
What's up,
It's
Xena
about
Cat?
us, right? Everything that I do has an impact on everyone around me, and I know that.
I have not.
When I did that side
I have
story
not.
interview, it wasn't just a shitty situation.
Although, I am
It
gonna
was a
call,
shitty situation for the community for like 2
I am going to call
months,
Dave
right?
again at some point.
And I
Probably
hear-
this
I hear
week,
you
actually,
on that.
because
This is
I need to
very
see if he ever
different
found a photo.
from everything that I'm involved with. It's professional, right? I've got, there's agreements in place. You know what I mean? Like, this is on the up and up, going to be something
100%. His content is not rewatchable.
I'm not saying is this,
No.
by the way,
No,
by
absolutely
means
not.
whatsoever is this
Fuck
kind
no.
of a kiss my ass thing either. I want you to
And
understand.
yeah,
that.
like
That's not the
I
point. It's
I
not
am a
supposed to be
Markiplier fan
documentary.
personally,
It's
but
supposed
he's
to
a
be
good
content.
person.
I'm a flawed
He
human.
gives all
I've
kinds
made
of games.
many mistakes over the years.
Like he'll give
Like-
them a chance.
Yeah.
You know.
Before then as well.
And
Well, he's
a good guy
respectful.
about it,
He's
too.
respectful.
The thing is,
It's
no
like
one hears
that.
him.
That
No one
makes
very
a huge
respectful.
difference.
He did something
Huge
wrong.
difference.
Instead, it's just he's this pig-headed guy.
He's
who
never
thinks that
asked
he's
his
the best guy
audience
ever,
for
right?
money.
That's not the
I've
case,
seen
but
some of his
no
live
one
streams when
hears
people
the
super
truth.
chat
You
him. He's
understand
like,
what I'm
"Don't give me
saying?
money. Give that to the smaller guy. Please stop."
So
And I love that. I love that. I think
Yeah.
it's great.
you need to worry
Yeah.
as much as you do.
I'm also really
because,
excited
as
to
I
see his
said,
Iron Lung
I'm in
movie.
a situation here where
Oh my god, me too.
It's gonna be so
So
good.
excited for
it's
that.
not, it's just an
They broke the
interview.
record for most fake
It's
blood
just
used
this
in a
and that.
movie.
I
It's a
know.
situation
As a
where
huge Evil
it's
Dead
going
fan,
to be
I'm
in a
stoked
very
about that.
professional way,
Yeah, it's
right?
gonna be
And
good.
It's going to actually give my side. It's going to give exclusive
Oh,
information and stuff that you haven't heard.
Sorry, I hate
Ooh,
it.
gonna be
something
very
we haven't
different.
heard.
Let's put it that way. All right. And by the way,
Like down from
because
the
I know some
rafters.
people are really worried about this.
Yeah.
It's something that's not happening right away. This is something that is going to take months and months to put together. Something of this scale and magnitude. This is basically kind of a Netflix level hour-long documentary about me.
Oh, so now
And
he's kissing his butt.
It's going to take a lot of
Yeah.
time. There's going to be filming.
It was
There's
just
going
a
to
drum
be
of
all
puff
kinds
piece
of
for
things that's
Boogie,
gonna
but-
happen. So to be transparent,
He's
with
giving
all
the
of
full
you, yes,
Netflix
this is
thing
gonna
to Phil.
affect me this year. There's going to be filming around here. There's going to be filming in studios. You know what I said? It's going to be a high-level thing. This is not fucking around and just doing a few video clips edited.
Well, yeah,
together
Mike
like
is
all
a
the
super
other
professional.
documentaries about me. This is
Like,
actually a real
he has a marketing
product,
agency.
You understand?
Yeah.
So coming up, and I don't have all the information yet. I will let you know. Okay. Basically, this is going to be a situation where I have to take a little bit of time away from streaming. Some of my streams will be affected. Obviously, they're going to want to film me at work to see me at what I'm doing to put that into the documentary, right? There's going to be a few days where I'm not going to be able to stream because I'm going to have to go film a bunch of stuff, right, in a studio or
Interesting.
I'm
other
so
places or whatever.
excited.
Okay.
Like,
When I
actually
know
doing this.
all about that.
Okay.
I'm
I'm in, man.
Know what's going
Do
on.
it.
So you'll know.
Let's
okay,
go.
This week, guys, 2 days. I'm not.
Phil's
gonna be here on
2024
stream
resolution: not
'cause I'm
step
gonna
on
be off
another
film.
rake.
And I'll
Yup.
be back, right?
Fucking jeez.
And also, I would just want to let you guys know, I can't be spoiling this thing constantly because people are going to constantly be bombarding me with questions. So what's going to be in it, and what's going to be this, and what's going to be that?
I guess they've already filmed something because he's talking about how there's funny moments.
You know what I'm saying?
And Mike has met him in person, so
spoiling the whole dang thing.
I would believe it if they had filmed something already.
When he said he met him in person, like my jaw dropped. I was like, "Oh, this is actually happening."
From time to time, as I'm working.
Well, and it's good to know they've met because if he decides to back out at any point, at least they have some footage.
Clip
or video that I want to share or a picture or something to
share. We'll shake and bake $100.
This is going to be
you know what I'm saying?
You don't think this doc is going to be as positive as Phil thinks it is?
Absolutely. Do that.
He's really delusional though, so maybe if he sees what he wants to see, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, good."
You're not going to hear about it all till it comes out.
Oh, and I'm sure he'll bad talk it after the fact, but
sure.
I think all the way up to it, he'll be good about it.
That's the good thing about that is he's too blind and delusional to see how badly this could go, like with the side scrollers.
I think it's going to be fascinating to see my story and then to see how people have reacted to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if they take Phil to a PF Chang's, he won't know whether to enjoy the
It's fascinating also.
At Panda Express, they say Chicky Chang.
I can't wait to hear how
Charlie Chang Chuka Chuka Cha.
I'm like, what they think I do wrong and how I can actually improve. Because that's the funny part is everyone always wants to constantly crap on you, but no one actually wants to help you. You know what I'm saying? You're doing everything wrong.
We tried to help you, dude.
Be just like you? Maybe I don't want to be.
Like I really don't. I don't want anyone. I don't want him dead. I don't really want awful things for Phil. I would love if he could redeem himself, but he can't. He's too far gone at this point.
Yeah, because like changing comes from within, and I don't know if Phil's capable.
As
of
I
that.
said, I'll let you know when I have more information. Okay, I don't have.
Yeah, no, he's not. Right, he's not capable of actual reflection.
Yes, shiny teeth, massively.
Where things are hashed
been here before.
So I can tell you. I can tell you right now.
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
Before we even start work on this thing.
Just to suffer.
Stuff. So it's not like, oh, well, you just gave us a schedule for the month and now everything's different. No. This is not gonna. This probably won't even be until.
Okay.
You know, maybe some work in March, April.
Lloyd Davies says two good things coming this year: Deadpool 3 and Phil's documentary.
Come out much later in the year.
Yeah,
something that's again
one way to look at it.
This is not.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm more excited about this than any movie.
And it's just
I am too.
That's not the intention.
My family and I we're gonna watch the Barbie movie this weekend. But
nice.
You know, I told you guys
I'm more excited about this.
2024. DSP throwback,
and it's way far away.
And that's the one that's coming the soonest. This documentary about me is another one, and that's coming later, much later in the year. Like I would, you know, maybe summer, maybe fall. I don't know. It depends.
Oh, I hope this is out before my Disney trip, so I can just watch it on the plane.
Schedule-wise and everything. So
yeah,
that would be great.
Oh my God, that would be really good plane entertainment.
More stuff is available to talk about, specifics and stuff that we're ready to talk about. I'm sure Mike and I will tell everybody. Okay. So you can ask me questions, but chances are I'm not going to answer a lot of these questions.
Well, you're you, so we knew that.
Yeah, dude. It's not like you answer anything now.
Because I feel like a lot of the times people want to just get everything in early. I'm not going to tell you everything early, right? But just to make this perfectly clear, this is not the Boogie documentary at all. This
no, you're Phil. You're not Boogie.
Yeah.
Of the Boogie documentary. That whole documentary had a different.
So of course it's not going to be Boogie.
I hate this. Like, because it's the same person doing it, it's the same thing. It's like, no, it's totally different subject.
I'm not Boogie.
Yeah.
I'm not some sad story where we're gonna.
Now, guys, last year I was searching into a documentary. I thought it was gonna be positive. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to get to the part in the documentary where they talk about him jerking off. And him just being like, oh, that was just something silly I did.
I'm really curious about that. This just brought it to mind because, like, I was picturing Kat crying next to him when he's talking about it. But are they going to show Kat?
Oh my God!
Is he going to let her be shown?
Oh my God! I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That would be fascinating.
Personal. You know, I've told you all these.
Do you think we'll get the Jenna, or you think they're gonna leave Jenna out?
Focused place where I talk about, right?
It's possible.
And if you
Yeah.
want to know anything about
But
Dark
I
Side
don't-
Phil, this is where you go for it.
I don't
And
think
like
there's
I
a
said,
huge.
my intention.
I don't
is
know.
that this
It's
is it.
possible. I
Once
I guess
don't
it
think
depends.
it's
There's
going
a
to
lot of
happen.
time and
Yeah,
effort
it
and
kind of
work
depends
into
on
this thing. This is gonna be
what
time
their
away from my
focus
work,
is,
time away from shooting
I
for
think.
you guys.
Because like I don't
Once
think
this is
Jenna
done,
necessarily fits with like a
that is
general
that.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
So
That.
it kind of
It's
depends.
done. It's
Yeah.
you know,
If they
I'm
were going
not
to do a
doing another
documentary
one
on
of these
Cat,
damn
then it'd be
things,
way more likely.
Unless like aliens land and I have a story of how I went when I fought the aliens or something. You know what I mean? Like something
What?
wild. This is my story to be told. And after this,
This
I
is
just
my
want to
story.
continue
I
to do
fought
what
the
I love for a
aliens.
living and not have to bother with this shit anymore.
Iron Lung, the space
You know?
submarine game.
But I feel like this is
It
my
is
Yes.
where you're on a
chance
blood moon
have
and you're
a
in like a
fun,
ship with no windows because
Yep.
of the pressure.
interesting documentary.
I will say
about
Iron
it.
Lung makes you
Rather
really good
than
at reading
just
maps.
hit piece, hit piece, hit piece. Or
Yeah,
even
I
worse than
have
that.
the game. I
You wanna know
haven't
what's
played it
worse
yet,
than a
but
hit
I've
piece?
I've
'Cause
seen
here's
it
the thing.
played
With a
and
hit
it's
piece,
so cool.
all right? You can tell when it's a hit piece, right? When you watch someone who really doesn't like someone and they're making negative content, you can tell this is a hit piece, and you're not going to have normal people watch a hit piece. The only people who watch that stuff are people who actually don't like the person already, and they just kind of want to
Not
laugh and
necessarily.
pile on, right?
I mean, kind
There's
of, but
tons of people out
not
there who don't like
100%.
me. Their entire existence on the internet is
Yeah.
anti-Phil. What's worse than a hit piece is
It's not
someone
my
who
existence on the
presents
internet,
themselves as
but
if they're a
it's
neutral party and
interesting.
doing it fairly, but literally all they do is regurgitate the conspiracy and toxicity that the hit piece people did. But they'll, oh, you see, well,
Huh?
this is what everyone says about them. Yeah, but all you did was regurgitate the bad. Did you actually say anything good? Did you talk to
What
a
are you talking
single
about?
person about good stuff about me?
Talking about
Or did you only
yes,
just literally
I'm sure they
regurgitate the
did.
same
I mean,
boring shit
I know
everyone
that
said for the last 10 years?
Craig probably
So
didn't
why'd you
talk
even
to
make
any
your
of your.
fucking video
Maybe
besides
he did
circle
talk to your
jerking
fans,
yourselves
but there
into
are
those
so many
communities
more other
for
people
more milking
besides
the
your
money?
fans that
Yeah.
hate
The
you.
funny part is
So-
they say
There's
all
more people that
cows,
hate
right?
him than
But
fans.
the thing is, when as much as they say they're milking someone for content, you want to know who they're really milking? The detractors. Every moment that one of those people make one of those documentaries,
I like
all
being
they're doing is
milked.
milking the detractors for
Sorry.
their views and money. Because my fans
No,
don't
It's
care.
whatever.
I don't care.
What is
I
he
don't even
talking
watch
about
it.
though?
I have yet
It's
to be
them
milked.
that they're
I'm
milking,
waiting.
not me.
I'm waiting for
Yeah,
it.
sure, it's about me, but you literally
is
didn't
cope.
even say anything new.
It so
All you
is.
did was regurgitate the toxic shit.
Yeah.
And you
Every time he
milked
says
them
milking,
for
I think
money
of the
and
new
views,
Ninja
not
Turtles
me.
movie
It doesn't
because they
come
talk
from
about
me.
milking in that a lot,
You know what I'm saying? So in this
Ew.
case,
and it's great
Happy
because
this
New Year,
documentary
like a
will
weird Asian boy.
absolutely
Sorry, what?
address
what's up,
some of the
Lenny?
conspiracies and toxic things that are said about me.
he's saying my real
100%
name.
Those will be addressed. But at the same time,
Ah,
there's gonna be the
interesting.
more
Yeah,
You
that's-
heard mine this
aspect
morning,
to it.
so
Yeah.
Addressing me as a person,
I still won't dox you.
Fair.
what
I think everybody
I
pretty
should.
much knows my real
what
name,
kind of
so
content I put
it's a
out
very
there,
weird
I
name.
like
I don't.
everyone claimed
Yeah,
I put out
I don't.
10 years
I don't
ago.
know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
it's
not
gonna
bad.
be very,
Not
very
bad.
different. All
Thanks.
right.
I'll take it.
So, like I said, I will have way more information.
Are you
about
smelling
this
your fingers,
as it
Phil?
develops.
Ugh,
Right
Phil.
What's
now,
that?
it's
That was
too
weird.
early to give you any specifics, nor would I really want to give you specifics because that would give away too much, you know. And I'm gonna have meetings.
Yeah, you
with
gotta
Mike,
keep up the
and we're
hype.
gonna Plan
Yeah,
and discuss
dude.
things, and then we're gonna have filming sessions and stuff, and I'm gonna keep you all in the loop on that. So you know
Yes,
what to
I
expect
agree,
with all of
Shiny.
that,
I
because
really hope
want
they
you to know
talk
when I'm
to,
gonna be here, when I'm not
Rambo
gonna
or
be here,
Howard.
You know what's going on, okay? And
Yeah.
like I said,
No one wants to help me
there will
after he
absolutely
shot
be,
on everything people wrote in
stuff
suggestion
that will
box.
likely be
Yeah,
shared
he's
Exactly.
gone into
here,
the
whether
suggestion
I
box
put out an
forever.
exclusive clip
No,
on the
it's
channel,
been a while.
as
It's been a couple
preview of
weeks.
something that will be in this
It's a dead
project
thing. It's dead. It's
to get
gone.
you guys hyped
Yeah,
up for it.
2024. It's
not
over
just for
now.
people who
That
don't
was
like
last
me.
year,
It's
dude.
not just for people who like me. This is for everyone. This is supposed to be a video you can watch, and you will learn all kinds of stuff about me if you just heard the name Dark Side Phil. Maybe you only saw one clip of me ever, and you want to hear my
Can
story.
we address
That's
the ear
point
thing?
of this documentary is, you see?
I don't know what it is.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Now the
Or,
beans have been spilled to the
Stu
point where at
thinks
least you
it's-
have a general understanding
Like it has to do with his jaw, but I don't
of what this
know
is going to be.
because sometimes when
All right.
Sometimes when his
the
jaw
funny
doesn't
part about
move, it does it by
When
When
itself.
people say stuff like, well,
Yes!
you know, I think that Mike
Oh,
is going to try to screw me.
Oh.
How?
Part of me
Like,
wondered
why
if it
would
had
you do that?
anything to
Because
do
if
with
he
his
does,
alcohol.
Who else would ever work with this guy
oh
ever
shit, wait.
again?
He said
Right?
How
If
is Mike gonna try and
if he
screw me?
does,
So
who else would
this
ever
is-
work with this guy ever again?
yeah,
Right?
because he's
If-
like
if
I,
Mike
people are like,
becomes
oh,
known as the
Mike's
guy
gonna
who
try and
screws
screw you.
people
Well,
when he makes a
how?
documentary
Oh.
about them.
And that's
Well, who
true
would ever wanna
because
work
like
with Mike ever
he's
again?
not
Maybe
trying to
he's doing
screw
it for
Phil.
a
He's
one-off
not.
video and then
But
he's
No.
running and
what
never
Phil's
making
saying is
content ever
true.
Again, that doesn't make any sense. He
And
wants to make
and I think he's approaching
good
it from
content
obviously the the right way
Yeah.
because we
Right?
want
That's
this,
the
and
point.
Yeah.
he wants this, and it's gonna get everyone what they fucking want. It's gonna be great.
So there you go.
It's gonna be so
Okay?
great.
It has
All
so
right,
much
so
potential.
anyway,
He just needs to stick with it.
That's that. Now,
Yeah.
I have a few quick shout-outs to do. We're gonna get through those, and I'm sure you guys are gonna probably have questions. And
I really
I'll
feel like he
field
said a
your
lot of
questions
nothing.
as much as I
He did.
possibly
He
can.
did.
But again,
Of course. That's
all right.
what we expect.
Basically, what I want to do is answer as much quick, but I want to kind of get this out of the way. When I start playing Baldur's Gate, I want to play Baldur's Gate. When I play Sea of Stars, I want to play Sea of Stars. That's the whole point.
He wants to
of
play a
doing
game,
this
but he's
podcast,
gonna play
is
a
to talk
game,
about this
dude.
Now.
I want to play games, but I'm gonna make sure that I talk
And go
until
from
like,
there.
you know,
Okay?
it's
And by the way,
overtime, and we have
pull
to.
this out now. Trying to prove anything to people is a waste of time. It's better to move on with your life. You're right. Again, I'm telling you, that's not the point. This is not Phil's debunkery and for an hour. That's not the point of this documentary. It's a real documentary. See, here's the thing. You guys
This is
are
not Phil's
completely
debunkery.
misunderstanding because you have only seen toxic shit about me on the internet. That's the difference here. When you hear, oh, it's a documentary about Phil, and you turn it on, the whole thing's negative stuff about me for 2 hours. Oh, well, you don't. All right. So
I mean,
is this documentary going to be Phil?
there was a lot of
responds after
negativity
2
and
hours?
boogies, but
No.
it was all fair.
It's real. This is a real documentary.
And I think it's going to be the same way. Not the same content, but it's going to be the same way where it's like it's just going to be presented in a fair light.
The closest one that came to this was the Frederick Nelson documentary from many, many years ago. But that had limited
That's so
information,
outdated at this
right?
point.
Yeah, it is.
By the way,
So
it's
much
really
more has happened
outdated
since
at this
then.
point, you see?
Yeah, yeah. And
So there you go.
they're
I
limited
agree
because
with Abdullah.
they're just
If this-
YouTube
if this
creators
entire
that you
thing
already
was 2
don't
hours of me
trust.
directly responding
Yeah.
to people shitting on me and just saying, "Oh, that's wrong." There's no point. You're absolutely right. Then there would be no point to doing it.
Yeah.
Zero. But that's not
Yep.
what this is going to be. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'm open. I'm open to it. Whatever.
Okay.
I'll take you at your
I'm
word,
here
Pig
for it.
Rich.
All right. So let's do some
Yeah.
shout outs. All right.
Not gonna lie, and this
And
little
then let's-
emoji
I'm
here,
sure you guys are gonna have.
I
some
thought was
questions.
King Cobra.
So let's
for a
do some
minute.
shout-outs. It looks
Yeah.
like
Dude, he
Snow
has
Carl
a lady
re-upped his
now.
membership for
Did you know
19
that?
months. He says
He
likes
what?
my wardrobe. I've matured.
He has, like,
This
a
is my
girlfriend
older
now.
Nautica
Sort of.
sweater.
Oh,
They're talking. It's a
Nautica
YouTube
sweaters.
channel
Both
that's
of
called
these are
Naked
15
and
plus years old.
Laughing.
These are from the
It's all one
office
word.
days when I
And
used to
she's
work at
actually
Aircraft
kind of
Company.
charming.
This is the other
She
one.
streams, she drinks. I'm pretty sure she's on drugs because she
I
does
wore the
like
other one
12-hour
yesterday and it
streams.
freaked out. Yeah,
Doesn't
we
like
don't
get
have
up or anything,
as
so.
the weather permits.
damn. Okay.
So thank you, Snow.
All right, Cobra.
Dr. Oink with the super chat
Yeah.
says,
So I think she lives
"You
on the East
like
Coast, and
Flyleaf
she
or
actually started a
Paramore?"
GoFund. Wait,
No.
Flyleaf and Paramore
think
were
so.
awesome back in the day. Shut up! Don't shit on them.
I don't even recall them. I think they're bands.
She
right?
has
I don't
started a
remember their music very
GoFundMe
much.
so she
And
can
Lil
go
Shake
visit
and Bake did a
Cobra.
super chat this
Aw,
morning. Thank you,
that would
Lil
be
Shake and
so
Bake.
cool. I'd be down.
We'll swing over
I
to some
know,
chat.
I
I
know.
want to see it.
Boglum Chronicles did a video. I think it was 2 videos ago. It's like Grinch or something, and it actually shows her, and you can see like him talking
Let's see
about
here.
her, and it's interesting.
That would be really interesting. I really liked
Mm-hmm.
the King Cobra documentary.
Snow Carl took me $1.
Yeah.
I remember you had a very
Your
negative
favorite son
opinion on Baldur's Gate
did a
earlier
good job.
This year. No,
He
I
did
didn't.
so good.
I've not followed the playthrough, but have you changed your mind? No, because I
Your
didn't have
favorite
a
son
negative
actually
opinion of it. You
interviewed
don't know what
Clint
you're talking
and
about.
Cobra together
So thanks for the
recently.
dollar tip.
Oh,
Seriously, when I hear nonsense like that,
interesting.
I'm just gonna say sorry, Snow.
Clint
Yeah.
has
You don't know what
interesting
you're
things
talking
to
about.
say.
I never
I believe it. Oh,
Baldur's Gate 3.
I actually thought it was
Wait.
really, really.
I always said it was probably a fine game. But I didn't
Pause.
think it was
Sorry, he's
super
retconning. I want you to finish what you're saying, though. He's retconning, shit-talking Baldur's Gate. What were you gonna say?
Ooh. No, I was gonna say. I really thought like I was like really captivated by hearing Cobra sing that Johnny Cash song. Like her.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is one of my favorite songs, and I'm like, it's really weird to hear him sing it. Like I'm just mentally, I'm curious, like how that correlates for him, and I thought it was such a poignant moment in an otherwise very weird person's life.
Yeah. It was a good contrast for sure. So right here, someone is calling him out for shit-talking Baldur's Gate, and he's trying to say he never did.
Oh, I'm ready for this.
Sorry, Snow Carl.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never chat talked Baldur's Gate 3.
Chat talk.
Ever. I always
Not
said it
true.
was probably a fine
fucking
game, but I didn't think it would fit to my
did.
content, and now here we are, okay?
You did.
Dude, that is literally...
So anime...
That's the only time before this time that you've ever talked about it.
Yeah. You said no one. You said Starfield is okay. You said Baldur's Gate is not going to win Game of the Year. No one's ever going to talk about it again after this.
Mhm.
Ever. That's what you said.
Yeah.
You said that. You did.
You'll probably never hear about Baldur's Gate 3 ever again.
Yeah,
that is
never,
literally
ever.
what was said. And then it goes on to win Game of the Year, and then all of a sudden, because it has an official title. You know what, though? I was thinking about this, like, why he... Like, even though he was shit-talking the Video Game Awards, I was trying to figure out, like, why he had such a respect for Baldur's Gate after the Video Game Awards. If he was bad-mouthing it. And I really think it's just because it's been given an official title now. And so, like, whenever something has, like, an air of authority, you know, because how he respects authority, weirdly. Like, I really think it's, like, that mentality of, like, oh, well, now it has a title and it's prestigious, so I have to give it attention.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he's like he is a slave to what other people think, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's like, I really don't think he can...
He's not.
Yeah, he can't form an opinion by himself without seeing what the masses think first. And if he does form an opinion, he knows it's going to be shat on. So he has to know what other people think first.
Yeah. Exactly.
My Slayer tipped me $1 and says, Mike seems neutral, but this seems like it's revolving around drama. I don't see how telling my life story is
not
all about drama.
It's not. That person's wrong.
I agree. Like, the thing is, like, the drama just comes naturally to Phil's life because of his toxic nature. So if anything gets dramatized, or if anything is dramatic, it's going to be just because that's Phil. Like, I really think that. He will. Xenocat says he will screw Phil simply because the truth screws him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
That's an excellent way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Mike has any intentions of making Phil look bad. I think Phil is just going to make Phil look bad.
Yeah. Oh, somebody says, somebody super chatted just now to see if Kat or Jasper will be in the documentary. Oh, I want to hear this answer.
I wish you'd stick to your guns about staying out of drama. Again, will there be some fun stuff in this and funny stuff? Yes, there will. It's not ultra serious.
Okay.
It's not a 1 hour boring go to sleep documentary. But it's also not an hour-long hit piece against me. But it's not an hour-long kiss.
I mean, to be fair, if you enjoy documentaries, nobody really falls asleep during them.
About my actual life history. That's mostly, I would say, would make more sense for outsiders. But for those who like me, you're going to like it. For those who don't like me, you're likely going to like it. Like, everyone, I think, would like it.
Everybody gets what they want.
But this is not.
Yeah,
again,
dude.
people are getting the wrong idea. You have seen only content.
I will say, at least he is putting this documentary in a different light than, like, talking to Turkey Tom or any of that. Like, I still think that he was kind of bullshit on that, but, like, at least he's like, no, this is going to be a totally different thing. We're just going to tell a story. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Right.
Just tell a story, man.
Right.
Tell us a story. That's what you do anyway.
About me that's purely negative. And so when you see content about me that's only purely negative, you immediately say, so this is just going to be nonstop drama. No. I mean, I don't think so.
No!
I think it's going to be eye-opening. I think there's going to be a lot of information.
I think it'll be eye-opening for the people that don't know you.
Okay, now I get that. Now I finally understand
for sure.
that. Right? I've heard about that, but I don't get that. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's a lot different. I do. I think it's a lot different than what people are thinking it's going to be because you've only seen that one thing.
Well, sure.
Right? Well, yeah, dude. I mean, Mike's only done one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smack.
Let's continue.
So Mike has interviewed detractors.
I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. He's talking about Baldur's Gate 3.
He's gonna.
So thank you, 1 Minute Man, for the $20 contribution, and let's see what he has to say.
Hopefully, I'll get to talk to him a little bit more, but I told him mainly what I'm concerned about, and that's how Phil uses mental health and the lies is what I care about.
Mm-hmm. He weaponizes so much.
Yeah.
By the way, where are you on the 1 Minute Man conspiracy theory?
I think he's real.
Today. Apparently I can't.
I do think he's real.
Okay.
I think it's very possible that it's someone related to Phil somehow who
to block enemy access to
like a
wants
cousin
to
or
help.
Something.
Keeping them locked in.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gunpowder barrels can take out multiple
I could
enemies
see it.
without missing. Collect them. Yeah, I don't understand that because I don't know how.
Yeah, I will be honest. Hearing 1 Minute Man talk about Baldur's Gate 3, knowing that Phil doesn't know anything about Baldur's Gate 3, that is a little bit of like okay, maybe it's not Phil, but It's
Okay.
it's hard to say. The only reason
Right.
I don't know for sure is because a lot of the information 1 Minute Man says is pretty obvious, and it's stuff Phil could have Googled.
Yeah.
But I don't 100% know.
I don't think it's a figment of Phil's imagination. And while it absolutely could be him trying to like prime a tip jar or whatever, I just don't think he would do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's more effort than he'd be willing to put in. You know? Because it's like he's
Definitely,
already so
like,
low
more
effort anyway.
thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like
Yep.
I agree with that.
Move stuff
Yeah.
in the environment. I don't have a mouse and keyboard, so I don't know. Like, I can't click and drag. Like, it doesn't exist in the game for me, so I don't know how to move stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I think that there's a lot of
What are you
mechanics
talking
in this
about?
game.
I
that
think he's
PC
talking about
players are
moving
used to.
objects
But
in
I don't know
Baldur's Gate.
how on earth that would translate into
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
how that would translate into
You can
the
move
game on
objects
console, right?
with a
Like, I
controller,
know you
dude.
can pick objects up,
Right,
and place
you
them
can.
down.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that.
If it's a game feature,
but
you
I
could
don't
do
actually
it.
know
It's just different than
how to
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
I could lift it and put it in my inventory.
Yeah, God
I could
forbid you
place
Google
down
it.
in the
I mean,
environment by dropping. By
Yeah.
I don't
God
know if I
forbid.
like
could,
his-
move something.
He acts like
he
got
got
a
strategy.
yeah.
I
He
wanted
acts like
to
we're in like
stack
the 18th
boxes.
century. And we got to
How
bust
do I
out
do
an
that?
encyclopedia.
It seems like that's a tutorial in itself, is it not? And the game has never explained
What are you
that.
talking
If
about?
the game never
I'm
explained it,
sure
dude, it
it's a
just
viable
doesn't
mechanic
exist.
that a lot of people who've played this game have practiced and learned. But how do you do it? The game didn't explain it, right? Do you have to put everything into your inventory? And
By the way,
you
there's something
walk
really
to a
funny
spot
every
and
time he
maybe
says
will
the words
be
little
in
shake
front
and
of you?
bake.
Do you
I can't
throw?
help but
Do you
just
throw?
like
Do you
chuckle
throw
a
the
little.
objects? Are the objects too
Like
heavy
just
to
hearing him
throw?
say those
You
words,
see what I mean? Like,
it gets me.
maybe
It makes me
this would be
laugh.
very
It's
viable
funny.
in certain parts,
It's
like when I'm trying to
funny.
get through rooms and I
Oh,
can't reach
shake and bake.
platforms. you're probably
So
right.
we got a
I
$50,
don't understand
$20
exactly
from
how it
Little
works,
Shake and Bake.
and I'm curious, you know.
God.
JDTV re-upped his membership for
Stupid.
7 months. Says, do you know if Mike plans to interview John Rambo? I'm sure Mike is going to be reaching out to lots of
Hello,
people.
chat.
Whether or not those people decide
Sorry,
to
I was
actually
reading
be
your chat.
involved in the
Oh,
project
what's up, gamer boy?
is up to them and him. You know, not
You've been
me.
gaming,
You know what I'm
boy?
saying? Like, for me, you guys know my take on John Rambo, right? We worked together for many years. We were friends.
Oh,
Oh, I
When
don't
I moved,
care
the
about
friendship
Rambo.
eroded. Basically, he felt like the only reason we were friends was for work. I disagree, but I probably came
You
across
didn't-
in the wrong way, and that's my fault.
You
And I
didn't
fessed up
give
to it.
him what you should
We haven't
have.
spoken since 2015.
Yeah.
You didn't,
Right?
You
So it's been
treated
almost
him
9 years.
like an
At this
asset,
point,
but then
there's no
didn't pay
friendship
him
there.
like he
There's no
was.
discussion
Yeah.
that even be
Fuck.
had between me and
Like the
him.
only reason he got paid
Now,
is because he needed to
Mike
get to
reached
your
out John
house.
Rambo and said, "Hey, I'd like to
That's
interview
not
you about
okay.
the years that you worked
He
with
spent
Phil
a lot
and
of money on
and he
you.
says,
You
"Yeah, I'll
never
do
did the
that."
same for him.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? I have no problem with that. I told you, I've already kind of fessed
All
up
right, I think the next
to
super
the
chat
things
should
that
be
I've
the
done wrong.
Jasper
I
and Cat
know
one.
that I mismanaged my friendships and relationships in the past.
Dude, imagine saying you mismanaged your friendships.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get, like, you know, there's a thing of, like, you know, you're busy and, you know, some relationships go a little bit to the side and you don't mean for them to. But, like, imagine saying that you mismanage them. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
said as much.
you
2
it's
years
just
ago, I reacted to the John and
miscommunication,
Howard,
but you don't need to manage
Spam
your
video,
friendship.
whatever you want to call it.
Your friendship
And I
should be
told you
natural.
how that was the first time I'd ever heard that stuff from
It
them.
should
I
be
didn't have any
natural.
concept that was how they felt. I feel awful about it, right? And it sucks because if I had known that stuff at the time, I probably could have changed the way that things were going.
You think,
when it was-
wait, we should really make a bingo card on this documentary. But I was just thinking, do you think he'll bring up tea?
He. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Yeah, like that'll be the somber note in the documentary. He'll bring up.
Yeah,
tea.
the one time where he cries, like where Boogie, like cried, or Boogie's girlfriend cried because she loves him so much. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Dude, anytime I hear about T, I can't help but laugh. And it's not because of T himself. It's just because, like...
It's because he's using it.
Yeah. It's just so, like...
Yeah.
Like, that's a perfect example, too, of, like, him weaponizing a situation and, like, it just not being given the proper gravitas, I guess.
Sure, and respect or whatever. It's just another tool for him to get money.
Yep. It all
Yeah.
just feeds back into the funnel, man.
Yeah.
Never really clearly explained to me, which is hilarious because in that video they claimed they said time and time again. It's like, yeah, but everything you said was different. First, we're talking about Project 7. Then we're talking about a comment about a Project 7 video. Then we're talking about something completely unrelated. But you act like it was a line of stuff that was happening over and over that didn't. Like, that's not how it actually happened. But the point I'm making here is, I made those mistakes. This is 9+ years ago. Last time I talked to the guy. Anything they interview him about is going to be about my ancient past, and he has the right to speak up if he feels like it. Yeah. If Mike wanted to reach out to John Rambo, why on earth would I be like, no,
Okay.
Sorry.
So it's really
Sorry, I'm not yawning because I'm bored.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
you're good.
Not, okay.
Dude,
yeah,
dude,
so there's our answer.
Life is tiring, so it's okay. It's okay.
It is. I have a lot less energy in the day than I do at night, so.
I agree. I mean, I literally took a nap before the stream, so because like I had a massive headache, so I totally feel that.
I'll be taking one after the stream.
Hell yeah. Well, hopefully, we probably won't have much more of him talking after the tips. I don't think.
Oh, thank God.
I would hope
we
not.
should just go to the live. We should just go to live. Because what are we going to...
Dude,
I mean,
is that
what are we missing here?
This is very,
I just saw his ears move.
Exposure.
Oh my God.
And then they realize it's not what they wanted. And they,
Only thing I want to see is what he says about Cat and Jasper.
That would be my take,
right. Yeah, I want to hear that too. I forgot.
That's up
and
to them
yeah,
too, right?
so okay, so
Even
he's
though this is a
open to
documentary
Rambo
about
being
me,
in it. Okay.
I also want you to understand that I am
So
not
hopefully he'd be
ultimately
open
100% controlling
to
everything. I'm not being
Cat
like-
and Jasper.
So by the way, let's outline
Yeah.
every single piece of the documentary.
Maybe like
right?
he'll be like,
And
oh,
I'm
if
gonna
Kat wants
I'm
to be in
gonna
it, she
tell you if I
can.
like it and if I
Yeah.
don't. If I don't like
hope
it
she
for some
does.
reason,
Oh my
why
gosh.
is
I really
striking
hope
me
so.
Completely from this documentary.
Well,
Yeah, I
hopefully
wanna
that
know
means
she's
he'll
alive.
go.
Already,
I
one
would
of the
think he'll go to
reasons you guys
Panda
know
then
that
as
Mike
well.
is doing this documentary is because he's already reached out to
She
the
might want to
tracker.
stay away from it
Those
though,
tapes
which
That's
in the
possible.
documentary.
is completely
I
understandable.
don't
He
blame her
wants
one bit
everything.
if she wants
It's
to.
just, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, next super chat.
Well, I have a say when it comes to the final cut of the documentary. Yes, particularly when it comes to privacy. Obviously, when you're doing a documentary about something, right, or about someone, walking around filming everything, and it just hits the internet. There's stuff that obviously I told you guys. There's been situations where I film in my kitchen, and I accidentally left a statement on my countertop for my utility. And my detractors contacted the utility company, impersonated me, and tried to have my power shut off, right? So you can just imagine.
That's your fault.
Dude, do you think Mike would not just blur that out?
The nonsense that could happen.
Yeah.
If they're filming
He's
and
a
something
professional.
Yeah, he's got a sense
so
about
that's
this.
the thing. Like,
Sure, like, he's got a whole company.
Would be in there. Don't give two shits. That's the whole internet anyway. Not someone comes on. If someone is the about.
All right.
We have a million.
Let's see.
Oh
So there
boy.
you go. All right. We have a million things going on here. FizzGig did a super chat. Will Cat and Jasper be in the
Here
doc?
we go.
At this point, all right, we're in planning stages. Nothing's been filmed. Ideas are being discussed and things like that.
Okay,
Absolutely
we're discussing
nothing is
ideas.
Certainly,
Good. Nothing is certain. Okay.
Certainly, I know people would want to see everyone who's part of my family unit be in this. But I'm not going to promise anything. You know me. I don't overpromise and underdeliver, right? That's me. That's my thing. I don't want to do that. So I am not going to tell you guys one thing and then have it not happen. So specifics on stuff like that, I'm simply not going to make any promises. Once we get stuff
I feel like this is a cop out.
Once we get things written, once we get stuff planned to be filmed and everything, then. But I'll give you a perfect example.
Because he was totally fine with John. He made it sound like he's okay with a bunch of other people, but these two, it's like. Which, by the way, I think it's funny that we're talking about Jasper as if Jasper was going to contribute something.
I know.
like Jasper's gonna stand up and just be like, my experience with Phil.
Yeah, he finally speaks and he just curses Phil for removing his claws.
He's like, that direct capture card, that was me.
I would love to have
me.
Jasper
Yeah,
in this.
I sat on it.
But here's the
Me.
problem. Jasper is deathly afraid of visitors. Whenever someone comes to this house, he runs and hides under the bed. And it doesn't matter if it's
Who comes to
someone
your
coming
house?
for maintenance, a Comcast technician, anybody.
Okay.
Literally anyone who comes to this house, he hides under the bed the whole time. And then he waits for them to leave, and then he comes out.
Well,
we
Mike's
try
going to be spending a
coaching him
lot
and
of time
making him
there,
feel-
so...
He's literally a scaredy cat
Yeah.
around strangers.
Oh
So,
my God.
Would I love to have...
We got a good look
a
at
segment with
Boogie's
Jasper?
place.
Yes,
Imagine
I don't know
what
if there's
kind
a
of look we
person
could
in
get
here
at
or
Phil's
people in
place.
here with cameras and stuff. If he's even gonna come out to play, you know what I'm saying? And he's an indoor cat. He's
Jasper
not
gonna
leaving
come
his
out to
house. You have to
play.
understand that. I'm not taking him to a studio to film the guy. You know, he has to be at home and safe. So, you know,
Can
that's what I
Jasper
mean.
come
Like, we're
out
so
to
early in the
play?
stages. I can't promise you guys stuff about stuff like that, right?
Okay.
Truth is, you guys see him a lot on streams. Like a few days a week, he's on streams.
Yeah, but
dancing
where's
around here,
Cat,
down on my
dude? We
chair,
care about Cat, not Jasper.
Right? But
Yeah, I know
okay,
Jasper's
so guys,
alive.
got
I want
a
to
lot
know
more
Cat
shout out.
is.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew that the podcast was going to go extra long today.
Ugh.
I have
Can we not?
received an incredibly generous tip.
Oh!
Oh my
What was it? How much?
Was this intentional? Little Shake and Bake, did you
Whoa,
intend to
hold
send
on.
me this much? I just want to be sure.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just say the amount.
Dude, for real.
No. Yeah. Just
Because this is
say it.
crazy.
Skulls.
Like, this is
Say it.
one of the biggest contributions
Say it.
I've received in a long time. I just want to be sure
Whoa,
that this
is it gonna be
real.
another
You
1,000?
didn't
Or is it gonna be
accidentally
500? Oh my
Oh
god.
my
adding
God.
some
Oh my God.
zeros.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay?
What are we doing?
Oh my
What
God.
is this?
Oh my god.
You intended to send that. Okay. Little Shake and Bake has sent me a
on the edge of my seat.
$200 tip this
Oh, that's
morning.
it?
Oh. Dude, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Ugh.
All right.
He
Alright.
made it sound like it was like $10,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
I was wondering if it was like another $1,000 tip because he's like, "Don't you add some zeros?" Like, but it's just $200. Like,
Dude.
I mean, like that's a lot of money. But
Yeah.
with the way he reacted, I thought it was gonna be way more.
Yeah, he added 1 0. Not multiple zeros.
200 smack
Yeah. Smack a whiz.
Smack a whiz,
Wow.
dude.
Thank you so much, Little Shake and Bake. That's
God.
crazy. All right?
Boy.
I'm not even kidding. That's one of the biggest tips I've received in ages. I think the last time I got a tip that big was June of last year for the launch of Street Fighter 6.
He remembers the time frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. I'm not all about the money, guys, but let me go ahead and tell you the exact month
Yeah.
and year that I received my last tip this big.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So thank you. Let's play you the ginormous animation.
There's a animation for $200?
Is
Which I
there?
didn't even think I would be playing.
Oh my god.
Okay. That's it.
And that means you guys get to vote on a
It's
hat.
not worth
As
it.
for a
Oh
vest,
my
I have to
God.
wear a very light vest because I'm already wearing a sweater today. So I'll make the light vest.
I think we figured out your OBS issues. I haven't
Let's
seen
certainly
any
get
like
Little Shake and
significant
Bake up here on
buffering in a
the
long
leaderboard,
time,
okay?
so
Good.
hopefully that helps. I still would watch that video I sent you. It helped me out quite
Yes, absolutely.
a bit. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
No, I'm glad though that we
Yeah.
ironed that out.
Suffice it to say, we hit our goals for
Yeah.
today.
Wait, didn't
When it comes
DSP
to
refer to
tips.
capture cards as direct capture? But for the longest time, he pointed. Yep, you would be correct. There is literally a whole saga you can go and visit on WPIG where they literally go through like every time he's ever mentioned direct capture and when he implemented it. It's crazy.
Yeah. ALT's
So there
doing
you
good
go.
work.
Thank you so
He
much.
sure
Little Shake
is.
and Bake.
What's
Let's
up,
get the
Big
first
Beamer? Thanks
poll
for coming
going
by,
and we'll
man.
read what he has to say.
Yeah, he better have a good message because if it's just like, oh hey Phil, I want to give you $200, that's dumb.
Yeah.
What is this poll?
Again,
Oh, which hat is Baldur's best?
'cause I'm wearing a
of
sweater. I don't
course,
want to wear a
of
heavy
course.
hat today either. Let's do a few like this one.
It
I
looks
haven't
like
done
we're
in
wearing a
ages.
Hogwarts Slytherin scarf.
Oh,
See, I don't want to wear the
good.
bender hats.
Why?
I want to wear lighter
Anyway,
hats.
Does he
Doesn't
put it
wear
on
my
that?
ears.
Okay, yeah, he does.
'Cause that
He
actually
puts on the
keeps me
scarf. He's complaining about being
I just
hot,
wore
but he
the
puts on
beret,
a
I just wore
scarf.
the fedora.
Yeah, what the hell? Like that? Come on.
Look
on,
at him
buddy.
actively trying to decide like how the temperature is going to affect him.
Crap.
Fucking dumbass, dude.
It's like every hat's gonna warm me up, and I don't want. I'm already.
Maybe
wearing
you
a
shouldn't
sweater.
have a hat
I certainly
goal.
wasn't expecting this level of
Yeah.
support today.
Oh, see, that's okay. Yeah, that's why he went. Look at that. He has no ass. He's pulling his out.
Oh, let's see.
That's fine. I do that all the time, but I don't do it right in front of people.
No.
Like, we all do that. It's okay. But don't do it in my face, please.
Yes, please.
My ears. It's gonna warm me up because I'm wearing this.
Oh, God.
I enjoy hearing him talk away from camera.
Yeah.
Stink Memer, I hope you had a great New Year's as well. I mean, being pissed drunk, couldn't be on stream.
Here's an interesting
No problem,
thing. It's
man.
an option
No
that
problem.
I don't think I've ever even
Yay!
really done.
I had a few
Hey.
drinks myself, so I feel you.
Yeah, I played Park
I don't think I've
Attack
ever done that before.
until midnight
Ooh.
And
with a couple of friends, and we did some fireworks right at midnight. It was pretty fun.
This sounds awesome.
Pretty cool.
Dude, he
It was
really
very
does
fun.
have no ass.
Yeah!
He's so...
It's terrible.
It's weird.
oh, okay, I know what to put in there.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's right. There's a hat. Also, I haven't done it in ages.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, he
excited for
literally
the
had to go look
docu-
at his hats, dude. Jesus.
Motive in the 80s
Yeah,
and
he
90s.
did.
If you weren't aware, they were thousands of dollars. So, teens, that's what I'm
What
excited
are you
for.
talking
Exactly.
about?
80s and 90s. I had a video camera. You know, I wasn't rich or anything growing up. Video cameras were super expensive in the 80s and 90s. If you weren't aware,
You
they
were
thousands
spoiled,
of
though.
dollars. So,
Well-
I wasn't rich or anything either, but you were spoiled as fuck.
I can confirm that they didn't have a video camera, but only because of Dave. Which...
Oh, right.
Yeah, so, like, he actually... I can confirm he's actually telling the truth on that one. Surprisingly.
Okay.
But that does make me wonder, though, like, I still don't
Interesting.
know how I'm going to find that video. Because...
Yeah.
Like, I feel like somebody would have had to... Because it was, what, 2000, right? That was I think, the graduation date? Or a year?
So he is 9 years older than me, so yeah, it would have been 2000.
Yeah. So... I mean, video cameras were pretty well established at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I think I had my own in
yeah.
2000.
My first
Yeah.
one was like I know my family had like a RCA one, like they had like one of the old like you stick the
We had
tape in the sides.
Sony's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know his dad didn't have one, but I wonder if somebody at the speech must have, because like parents love that shit. Like oh my god, my baby's graduating. Let me get like a picture and all this. Like yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm still on the hunt. I will update if I get any news.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't know if we will, but hopefully.
Nah. It's okay.
So, let's
It's-
see here. I'm very
it'll
glad
be a
there'll be
nice
funny
thing
scenes.
to
That's what I'm
have
excited
if it
for.
happens.
Exactly. The point
Have we ever seen a
is to
baby
make
picture of
something
Phil?
that is a one-stop
No.
To
I'd be
know-
interested to see that.
I
all
agree.
about me, about who I am, what I'm all
I
about.
can't imagine him without a
why
goatee.
so many people talk about me on the internet in both positive
Right.
and negative ways, and also to have fun. That's really the point of
Still
the
telling the
documentary.
truth and not
It's
stretching it. What's
to
the blue
dis-
moon
about-
event?
to dis-
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
to
It's
dispel all
shocking.
negativity about me. It's not a 2-hour debunking session. It's not, you know what I mean? It's also
You've
not
already
2 hours of just
said
me
this,
kicking my own butt
bro.
and making me look great. That's not the point either. No one,
Phil, you don't
which
need
I think
to
is a
talk.
good idea. Instead of a hat,
No.
because that would go with the sweater. Actually, it's the same color too.
What's that
So,
animation?
It's not.
voting for that
No,
right
it's
now,
not
see if
gonna
you
go
guys
with the
like the
sweater.
idea of the
It's
scarf,
this.
which I never wear.
Whatever. This animation's been there for a long time, but it's not new.
No, it's so
He
bad.
said
I
like all
received
the.
a
He said a lot of the
$2 tip
animations were new.
from Alberto. I've been out of the loop. Why didn't you play the Avatar game? 2 reasons. Number 1,
Okay, wait. He was all.
I don't care.
I'm a little curious because he was so big on the Avatar game, and then like when
Sure.
it came out to like middling reviews, he's like, see guys, it sucks, and I'm like,
It's because what I said earlier. He's a slave to other people's opinions.
mm-hmm.
He cares because I mean he only plays AAA games, even though I mean, God damn it, he says he doesn't care about what reviewers say, but obviously he does, or else
Yeah.
he would just do his own thing.
He would have played Redfall if he didn't listen to public opinion. Like,
Sure.
like he was all
Don't
about it.
Shit talk Arcane. We can't get it perfect all the time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Which, like, as much as I hate Redfall, I do not hate Arcane. Like, I'm still very
Arcane
much.
is amazing.
Yeah, I'm very much on board for the Blade game. Dude, Blade is
Yeah.
so cool. Like, as a PC person, if I know I'm getting a Blade game and I don't know if I'm getting a Wolverine game, I will take the Blade game. Like, I am not
Sure.
opposed to that at all. I love the first
Sure.
Blade movie. I saw it for the first time
Also-
recently.
Nice.
It was so good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Well, I know that they're making another Dishonored as well, so I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be great. Dishonored 2 is one of my favorites. I love Dishonored 2.
Yeah.
It's
First
level
one made
design.
me cry.
Oh,
So
it's so good. First one's so good, and then the second one, like, just Emily was such a great addition. The powers were great.
yeah, she's great.
Cracking the Slab is one of my favorite missions ever. Oh,
I don't remember that one.
That's the one with the little glass, like, that you can see the past, and then you can go forward and backward in time.
Oh, is that as you're playing? I haven't played
Yeah.
as Emily yet. I haven't played as her yet, so
Oh.
I'm a Corvo simp. I'm a Corvo simp.
That's fair. I think I beat the game first time with Emily, so maybe that's why. Cracking the Slab, though, is
probably
such a good mission. Such a good mission.
I'll have to play as Emily. I'll have to do that. I didn't know there were different missions. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite missions of all time in any game. It's so cool. Because literally, it's you going between dimensions. It's like that one level in Titanfall 2 where you keep flipping back and
Never
forth.
played that.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good game.
I told you I'm behind.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
If I could stream it, my PC can't stream those things, so
that's fair. We gotta get you a hobby box. Maybe you could with a little mini PC hobby box, you know?
Because
maybe
supposedly
I'm looking into
it's not a bad
I got some
game,
plans.
but it doesn't really do anything
yeah.
new. It's definitely Far Cry with an Avatar skin over it. So it's just not.
Yeah, but Kat's playing Far Cry 6 right now, and you're watching her play
Yeah,
it.
so what's the problem?
Yeah, I don't understand, dude.
Big deal.
Blue people are cooler to look at than humans, so...
because
Yeah.
there was an overwhelming desire to see me play Baldur's Gate 3. And because people were dying to see me play Baldur's Gate 3, I played that instead. It's that simple.
Okay, well, that's better.
Okay. That's fine. Like that's better reasoning.
Yeah, I would have rather you just said that to begin with, honestly.
Right. Like I don't care what you thought it was.
How can you wear a vest over a sweater, right? I don't think you really can. So
you can't wear a vest over a sweater.
You can though.
You could if you had the right getup.
It's really up to you, and let's be honest here. It's really up to Little Shake and Bake.
It's really up to Little Shake and Bake.
Little Shake and Bake. Little Shake and Bake.
Little Shake and Bake is a ginormous contribution.
Little Shake and Bake.
Let's see him put on the glasses.
You get to choose what panties I wear. Little Shake and Bake. Sorry. Also, that does not match. They're not the same color.
By the way, I do have to put on the glasses.
It's an awful color combo.
I'm not retiring the vest. It's just that if I'm wearing a
as somebody who is metrosexual, like this annoys me.
The whole point of wearing the vest is you're wearing something light under it, and that's why you're wearing a vest.
And I'm not like a really stylish person. I'm
no.
mostly like athleisure and stuff, but dude, I can tell that this is wrong.
It's just not okay, Phil. It's just
podcast will go late today because
no wonder your mom.
I don't know what I can answer.
Brushed your hair for as long as she did.
Like I said, we're still in planning phase. Nothing's been filmed or anything yet. Oh, way too.
What are we
doing? Are we gonna pull a wedgie out again? Yeah, we are.
I'm already sweaty too. Wearing this
It's because you don't exercise.
Sweater. I'm already sweaty.
I'm betting.
Right.
I would definitely
sweating wearing a sweater.
Okay.
Oh, forgive you, but what is metrosexual? Yeah. It's best for me to give the definition.
Weird. The stream caught up.
Did it?
That's cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
Because, I don't know what happened. That's cool though. I had a boyfriend that was pretty metro, and he was cool.
Yeah. Relating to or denoting men who live in urban areas and enjoy shopping, fashion, and similar interests traditionally associated with women or gay men. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. My wife joked around. Yeah. My wife joked with me that she married a gay dude for the first 2 years of our marriage, because I'm like, well, yeah, because like I just my thing is not like normal. It's not like typical like guy stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like my father-in-law loves football. I don't really care about football. Like
right, and it's fine.
Yeah.
That's
like
fine.
I'd rather watch an art house film or like
I think my
TLC,
brother's metro. Like my brother has like really awesome style, like better than mine. He's got a really good design sense. I do not, so it's definitely not a bad thing. Yeah, straight, but you enjoy effeminate activities.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that's right on the money. Yeah, because like if I was given the choice of going to a football game or staying at home with my wife and watching like 90 Day Fiance, I would much rather do the latter.
Oh yeah! Boom!
Yeah, right now.
Get along.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm watching. We're watching Smothered right now, and dude.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it is so... It will infuriate you, but you'll also, like, want to keep watching. It's like, basically a mother and daughter who, like, are just, like, they're too close. Like, you know?
Cool.
Like, it's, like, uncomfortably close. Like, it's not, like, incest or anything, but it's, like... There's boundaries that you don't cross, you know, with a child.
They, like, shower together type of close?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's a
Is it
very
real?
interesting show. It seems pretty real to me. There's a couple of relationships that make me think that they are.
So just TLC then.
Yeah. Basically. There's one dude, like there's one couple on there named Jason and Angelica, and her mom is like traditionally, like very traditionally like Asian centric with her thinking on stuff. And it pisses me off so much because, like, this dude didn't have his divorce, like, finalized or anything because it was just taking a long time. And she was like, well, why isn't it done right now? And I'm like,
oh, boy.
Dude.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, this is just not okay. Like, it takes time. You can't just expect things like, especially like a divorce. Like, that takes forever. Like, you can't just expect it to be, like, snapped and done.
Yeah. Exactly. And what Dank Memer said, to be fair, spending time with your partner sounds better than going to a bar and watching the game. I agree.
Yes.
So a tomboy who's straight, be metrosexual, I think that's just... that's a good point, but I think that's just for... Is it just for men to be described as metrosexual?
I think so.
Okay.
Denoting men who live in... Yeah. I think it's just... I think it's just one way to, like, describe... a guy that is just really into effeminate things. Like, yeah, like, I mean, so much to the point for me, like, I would almost always rather, like, do the more girly option, you know, quote unquote girly option, as opposed to do, like, the guy thing. Like, I don't really enjoy going to sporting events. I don't really enjoy going to bars. I don't really enjoy, like, you know, doing, I guess, traditional guy things. You know, like I'd rather like read a comic book or like or like go shopping or watch TLC or whatever, you know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the first time I ever had somebody describe me that way, I was like, "That's me." I was like, "I know that."
Yeah. That's like me, right? That's like me.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we have anything else, honestly, on Phil, because he... I hate this so much.
Oh, no!
I hate it.
Oh, no!
It's so bad. Phil. It's so
That's
bad.
terrible.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and you know he doesn't make these.
No.
He doesn't.
The fact that he greenlights them upsets me, but, like, yeah, at least I can say he didn't make them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well...
Well, that was a little less interesting than I thought it would be, but I still had a good time with it.
Yeah,
least.
I agree. I mean, it helps that we're in good company, you know, you guys, and Injured here, like, you know, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
then,
Jesus, Dimension 7. Oh, sorry, I'm seeing something on my Kiwi Tapes subscription coming up.
I love Kiwi Tapes.
Kiwi Tapes is so great. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
This Dimension 7 Yo.
No, I haven't. I'll have to watch that.
I just
Meet Dimension 7 Yo.
I just want to give you a quick little screen taste.
I saw that you were watching like one of the Jupiter things, or was it? No, it was Nova. Nova.
Yes, Nova
is
Online.
Fascinating to me.
Oh,
yeah.
Nova and Jupiter are incredibly fascinating to me. More so than somebody like Daniel Larson, I would even say, because like Daniel is he's just crazy, but like
he's just nuts.
Yeah, but like Jupiter, like what was it? I was watching the Linda Binda thing recently, and I'm like, oh my god!
I meant to go watch that.
Yeah.
Can you send me that link?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. She's a brave lady doing the things she does.
She is very. Oh, she put a new one today, 3 hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
Jupiter wants me dead, is what it says.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, I'll send you the one that I watched that was from 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And then it's all very fascinating.
Sure.
Jupiter is a rabbit hole that at some point I may go down as like a stream because I think that would be really fascinating.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Send this to you, and there you go.
Yeah.
It's really funny though because the whole time she's like, Jupiter, Anonymous told me to do this monologue, and he goes, all right, what was it like 148 or 4187 assemble? And I'm like, what?
What?
It's so weird.
Nuts.
He's got some kind of code that he
God.
thinks if he tells people, like they'll rise up against whoever, and I'm like, that is weird, dude. Like,
oh, honey.
that ain't it, bud.
That's awful.
Oh, yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, I just it was just me rambling about Linda Binda and Jupiter and that whole thing.
Yeah, she's a brave lady.
She is.
Yeah.
Much love to Linda. Well, guys, I think that'll about do it. We got kind of our answers, I guess. I mean, we'll I guess this is the type of situation.
It's just confirmation, I guess.
Yeah, this is the type of thing you'll hear about like all year, and so I'm I feel like it's a waiting game as far as what he'll say.
Yeah, it'll test our patience, and we'll get what we want in some way or another. So
at some point, hopefully sooner than later, but well. Oh well.
Can't rush perfection though.
Facts. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will let you go. Indra, do you have anything in the works that you're excited about that you want to tell people about? Where to go find you? What to do?
I mean, I'm streaming games on Twitch, Indrid Cold _ now and then we're gonna do something tomorrow on his day off. I think that's sort of about it right now.
Cool.
Nothing huge. Yeah.
That's A-okay. Yeah. I think Detractor Beam should be in the description, so make sure to go check out Detractor Beam. That's a real cool place that you can get real cool content.
We have fun.
Yeah.
We have fun. Yeah.
I enjoy you and Snood playing off each other a lot, so.
He's a cool dude.
He's a very cool dude. Very cool dude.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.
Nice. That was pretty good. I'm glad your stream caught up and it